Why do you listen to me?
Seem authoritative.
All right, well, hello and welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us geeky turkey enthusiasts and
Incorrect.
I do love the country turkey.
Turkey is wonderful. Yeah, they got some great coffee.
Yeah. Cool.
And we sit around, we roll dice, we laugh at each other, and we do some collaborative storytelling, which we like to call Dungeons and Dragons. And we are thankful for you to be here on this week of giving thanks. Thank you for joining us as we share our little story with you. If you would like to catch up on any of the past episodes, you can go to YouTube and you can catch up. There are over 50 episodes that we've done over the last year plus, and we'd like to think that there's some decent Dungeons and Dragoning in there. And of course, if you would like to support the channel, then you can subscribe on YouTube. You can follow us here on Twitch. We'd really appreciate that. And perhaps even subscribe here on Twitch. And again, we say thank you in advance for just joining us here. Please be active in the chat. Many of us have our computers and or phones, and so we will try to engage and chat along, and we love to hear from you and let us know what you think we should do or not do, or tell me how I should kill them, or perhaps be kind at times.
Most likely not.
Yeah. You can also directly impact and affect the game through the giving of advantage for 100 bits, cheer 100 bits, and you can give someone advantage. Or you can cheer 500 bits for disadvantage for the DM. Or you can do 1,000 bits for a minor healing potion, which will materialize in the world. And so again, we say thank you for those of you who like to participate and help the party out and or hurt the DM's feelings. And I'm still thankful for that in a begrudging sort of way.
You're a masochist.
Sadomasochist.
Yeah,
It's true. If you are interested in the chat commands, I think they're active tonight. You can type in !commands to see all of them. And we are thankful for Scooby-Doo and his efforts in programming that. And so we give a shout out to Scooby-Doo. And we are also thankful for our theme song, which our resident bard has written. And he actually gave us the lyrics tonight. So I think we're going to try it. We have to sing along. Is that?
Yes.
Are we doing this?
At least 7-part harmony.
7-part harmony.
Let's try it though. Not my pitch.
Nope, that's okay. We'll start
Not my tempo.
Yep.
This is our first take.
And one, a two, a 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it's completely off beat. I just thought it was so funny.
We're so good.
We are the winners and the strong. We're the losers who don't belong. And we'll press on until this journey ends. There's a goal that we are after, and there are tears, blood, and laughter waiting for us just around the bend. We seek vengeance, we seek glory. So come listen to our story.
Come walk with us.
Come walk with us, and we'll call you our friends.
Oh, thank God no one was on to watch that. That's all right.
Awesome.
It's all right. You know,
I got nervous.
we, as I said, we're just a bunch of schmucks. We are schmucks.
A bunch of legends.
Am I out of the boy band now? Is that what
Yeah,
A
happened?
bunch
you're
of John legends.
All right.
Can you sign this for
Well,
me?
now that our theme song has been
He's like,
sung,
Sung for no people.
that's all right. We love you, YouTube
You
viewers.
have to work on your superstar signature.
We will jump into our recap, and we begin. It is the afternoon of the 28th of Flame Rule, as this month of wearying travel and death and fighting loss nears its end. Our adventurers, the Revengers, have made their way through the Keldale Path on their way to the Mare of Dead Men as they traveled to the north to accomplish what their fallen comrades started out to bring to conclusion, to find the uncle of Rygar who has gone missing. As the party approached the Mare of Dead Men, they were met with the sound of crying in the midst of the swamp. And so following the cries, after having taken a long rest, the party trekked into the swamp and unwittingly awoke and disturbed the watchers of the swamp, ghosts that had been waiting and watching just below the surface of the murky waters. And dealing with 3 of the ghosts, taking care of 2 of them and sending the 3rd fleeing through a very suggestive spell, the adventurers continued forward and found a fallen tower, inside of which was a small little girl named Heather, a furbolg, who herself was a ghost, though seemingly was not malevolent. As they made conversation with Heather and learned that she had been waiting for her father for untold decades, the party helped her recall where her home was, and they made their way back towards the home, but not before finding within the fallen tower one of the nodes in their teleportation network, a seal that could be activated and attuned to their hoppers. And they discerned through reading the arcane runes that the kingfish of the swamp, its blood, its essence, the core of its being from its heart could activate the seal. And so mentally noting that and trekking forth, the party came to where Heather remembered her home being. And atop the ruins was a shack that the party came across, and sneaking up to investigate, Morthos and Sola peeked into the rusty door, having found that there were no traps, but the hinges were quite squeaky. And as Morthos pushed the door open, he found inside a slumbering behemoth, a lizard man with long claws, a long tail, an elongated, almost alligator-like snout with a giant bulbous mouth like a frog, green skin and scales, and as the door screeched, it began to stir and rustle, its eyes slowly opening as he steps back. Morthos, what are you doing?
So I get the suggestion that he's waking up.
Yes, you get the sense that the door startled him awake and he is beginning to come to.
So I will immediately turn around and I will motion to the rest of the party that there's something inside and that they need to prepare.
Okay, make a performance check.
Sweet. Oh boy, I'm sure I'm actually pretty good at that. 19.
Kildrick uses message to whisper to him from where he is. What do you see? And signal to us what we should do.
Okay.
Can I respond?
You
to him?
you can respond.
So I'm going to relay that there's a beast inside that is waking. I am going to run in and attack, and they need to be ready.
Seems big.
And that's what I will relay to him.
Okay, so you hear that
It's
message.
evil.
Morthos is about to stab a
It's
lizard.
evil. Sola. What? I'm going to run to the door. As soon as I attack, blast him, and turn and run to the group.
I got your back.
And with that, I'm going to run in.
Okay.
Gonna prepare
As
an
you
attack.
rush in,
Yes.
you see the creature has
A little blanket, and he's snuggling with it with a little teddy bear in his arm.
has kind of gotten up on one hand and is kind of in that stage of rustling itself, kind of stretching its back. You can kind of hear the crack of its spine. As it sees you, its eyes go wide and immediately jumps to attention as you make your sneak attack.
So I will cast Booming Blade as I make my attack.
Okay,
I'm assuming, do I have advantage?
you do. This is
Surprise.
surprise, so.
And I critted.
Nice.
Nice!
Of course you did.
Of course I did, right?
It all works out.
All works out.
He has
So,
no chance to respond. Max sneak attack.
alright.
And he just falls to the ground. He's dead.
So you immediately take 6 acid damage.
I do. Sweet.
As you plunge your dagger deep into its thick leathery chest, and the slime that coats its skin comes off onto your hand, and you the skin that's ridiculous, all those dice. The skin begins to melt off of your flesh. But in so stabbing it,
Yeah.
it reels back, a deep kind of bulbous frog-like howl as it goes to move to attack you. You're all going to be rolling initiative.
I get a surprise attack too, though, right?
Uh,
I had specific instructions from Morthos. As soon as he attacked, I was supposed to attack.
well, you have to kind of attack simultaneously.
Nice.
I'll say you can step up
I
and.
say I told her to radiant the
So
blast.
I'll
Yeah.
say that you can.
That's
I'll
what
let
I-
you do
Okay.
that. So you step up to the door.
Dice neighbors.
Radiant blast.
So thunder damage is 12,
Okay.
and the magical attack from sneak attack is 31.
This game's over.
31.
And then,
Such a dodge.
Okay.
well, I guess you can't actually do anything if it's not. We're not.
Well, that's your-
initiative.
that's
That
your
is-
action.
That's my action.
And you still have the rest of your. You have 30 feet of movement left.
So I will.
Get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I will actually just go right to the other side of the door.
So you
Yep.
you
Right there.
run past Sola as she shoots her
Shoots
2
her
radiant blasts.
The first one's for 22
That hits.
and a 9 damage.
Okay.
It's cocked. Second one is 19 plus 8
That hits.
for 8 damage.
Okay. Very
And then
nice.
I'm gonna take 40 feet of movement back to the party because that's what Morthos told me.
Okay, and so you rush all the way back to the party, and now 21 to
Prepare
25.
yourselves.
21 and 25.
22.
Eli's 22.
I have a
24.
22 as well.
Ooh, we rolled well.
So Kildrick had a 22 as well.
You can put Eli in front of me. Yeah,
I think
okay.
Eli's there. Morthos, you were a
24.
24. 16 to 20.
18.
And Jaga, very good. As
Oh, I didn't-
Sola, as you rush back, you see Yanni stare out and he says, "Oh, brother, I'm gonna," and shoo, you see his necklace glow. You see a reverberation of energy, and starting with his feet and moving up his body, the last thing you see is his perfectly coiffed hair disappear.
I hope it doesn't mess up his hair.
And Yanni is out. Zeus,
Zeus only had 6.
Wolfram,
4.
Oh gosh.
and Sola.
I was really winded running back and I rolled a 6.
Are you adding your dex modifier to that?
My initiative modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wolfman's tired.
I rolled a 1.
Jaga, how you had an 18, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so Morthos.
The boss.
Sola
thing is-
rushes past. You shake off the
That's good.
6 acid damage on your hand, and you turn as this beast has now gotten to its feet and is looking at you with death in its eyes.
I I will then actually peek my head back through the door,
Okay.
and
Well, the door is wide open.
I
It's-
should
yeah.
say doorway.
Yep.
And I'm gonna cast Ice Knife.
Okay.
Ice knife.
Roll your attack.
Unnatural 20.
That hits. Roll your damage. As I make a dex save, or I don't.
Dex save, yes, you do.
Natural 20.
So he'll pass that,
What's that?
and
Oh, okay.
that means he will only take. I don't know where it is.
What are you looking for?
I got it. 8.
8 damage.
And then I will take the dodge action.
Okay, you take the dodge action. Very good. Eli, you see Morthos as he stands forth and blue arcane energy flashes around him as he conjures it in an icy blast. A knife shoots forth from his hand into the building. You don't see what he's targeting, but you know that he's standing his ground as he takes evasive action, putting his back up against the wall, ready to try to dodge the beast.
Can I get into an angle to look through the doorway but still be outside?
You can get up to about here. That's 25 feet of movement, and you do see partially obscured, largely obscured. There is a giant lizard creature, alligator, frog type creature inside with very long claws and very sharp fangs.
Okay, I am going to hold an action.
Okay?
I had my sword out already,
Mm-hmm.
and it's also been ignited. So I'm going to hold an attack for him to get into my threatened range.
Okay. Kildrick, you're up, good sir.
Can I move up behind Eli and also get a look in at the beast?
Yep, you two, he is less visible, but you do see a portion of the left side of his body, muscular limbs, but he is visible.
I'm gonna blow it up.
Load up! Shatter?
Shatter.
Okay, so I need to roll a con save.
Let me see. I don't know if yeah, it's a Constitution saving throw.
It's a 15,
It meets.
so that passes.
So what is that?
So roll your full damage, and then I'll take half of it.
Oh, it's actually only 2d8. Let me just re-roll it then. It's 3d8 actually. I don't know what I'm doing. That is a 7, that's 14. It's 15.
15. Half of that is 8. So as your shatter goes off, you see the entire shack
That was
rumble
second
and
level, by the way.
quake. Parts of the roof collapse down as this is a rather ramshackle construction. It doesn't collapse, but you can see that it was deeply affected as wall boards are knocked out, and you can all kind of see barely through this green monstrosity that's inside. Jaga.
Let me go in front of, I think it's Wolfram, like north of Wolfram.
Here?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wolfram's right here.
Oh no, whoever's the white circle. Is that Kildrick?
Yeah, that's Kildrick.
Yeah. In front of,
Yep.
and I will ready a dodge action.
I'm so mad. It used to be 15, but since I leveled up, it's 16 now.
Okay, so I take the full 15
15,
damage. Okay, very
I didn't
good.
know if that's able
So I
to go
take
back.
7 more damage.
Yeah.
Very good. As you see the creature stagger and kind of cover its ears as greenish bluish blood begins to trickle out of its snout and its ears. You run up in front of Kildrick next to Eli Jaga, and you see the creature staggered inside under the weight of all of these attacks at once.
Yeah, I'm just on guard, readying a dodge action.
Okay, you're readying a dodge You're taking the dodge action.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is an action, so you would not be able to attack if it came next to you.
That's fine. I have a reaction.
That you do. All right.
Yeah.
As the creature staggers forward, its tail whips forth at Morthos.
I'm assuming because of initiative and no longer the booming blade won't have an effect anymore.
No, because it, yeah. So, I roll with disadvantage,
Disadvantage.
and that is a natural 17, a natural 18. That hits.
So uncanny dodge.
Okay, I need you to roll a strength save.
15.
15. The tail wraps around you and it pulls you in.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
And as he pulls you in, he backs up and he takes 2 claw attacks against you with advantage, offset by your dodge action, so it's 2 straight rolls. The first is a 10.
Stand
That
farther
misses.
away so it gets
The
out.
second is a 17.
Nope.
As you are clutched by
I'm
this
clutched.
tail,
Or take no damage.
you kind of wiggle free, and as he does so, you see it kind of reach back and open what looks to be another door
Oh no.
behind you, and he begins backing through, though can't get out. From the tail attack, you do take 12 points of bludgeoning damage and 9 points of acid damage. You are considered grappled, and as long as you are grappled, you will continue to take acid damage.
So that's, how's the uncanny dodge? What is that?
So 12,
Would that be
half down to 6. Yep.
I believe this is an active kidnapping.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Sola, you are now up as your comrades have rushed forward past you. You kind of like run out, watch them run forward, and now you turn around.
Morthos! I'm gonna run into the shack.
That's 40 feet of
I'd
movement.
like to use Step of the Winds to
Actually,
get
wait. You leveled up. You
Mhm.
got, I think, 10 more. So you can go 50 feet
My
now.
goodness.
So you can.
Did my wisdom increase at all?
It did not. So you'll get an ability score increase at level 8.
Okay, so my stunning strike is still at the same.
Your stunning strike is still the same.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Oh, I'm not. I can't reach him yet.
That's 50 feet right there.
That's 50 feet.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna Step of the Winds
Okay.
to
so
get up close to him.
That's a key point. So you get up next to him. You do see there is a doorway that has been opened behind, and behind that is open bog water
Okay.
as you look out.
I'm gonna do my first attack, unarmed strike, magically.
Okay.
15 plus 8.
As you channel your ki, you punch forth, and your missing hand glows with a radiant fist as you channel your energy, and you
Stunning
hear the
strike.
crunch. You hear the crunch of its bones underneath its leathery skin. I need to roll a Constitution save.
Wisdom,
Wisdom save.
which is why I asked with wisdom.
It's a 17 on the die.
That passes.
-1 is 16.
It still passes.
Okay.
Do I see this happening?
You do not.
That's-
You have seen Sola rush in, but you cannot see the creature from the angle you are, and with Eli and Jaga both in front of you now.
That was 10 damage.
10 damage, very good.
Second attack, was it 20? 10.
As you channel your next blow, it is able to kind of bat your hand away with its hand parrying you. Your third unarmed strike,
19 plus 8.
that hits. Seeing the opening from it having its hand parry yours, you take your knee and bring it swiftly up into its stomach. And
Do you-
you hear,
Do you have a disadvantage?
I don't know.
Is there a DM disadvantage?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We didn't
Okay.
use it last time.
I
believe so.
think I do have a disadvantage
Do
left.
we want a
Oh, we
disadvantage?
do have it. Yeah.
Yes, there is a
For stunning
For
disadvantage on
stunning
it.
strike?
Yeah.
Okay. Disadvantage, stunning strike.
Okay,
To you, not me, obviously.
that is a natural 19 and an 8. Minus
you are
1.
stunned.
7.
Thank goodness.
So his whole body, you feel
We got another
the
disadvantage.
as it like reverse
He got punched in the jejunum. Thomas.
And I
Yes.
take more acid damage.
That's right. And Morthos, the tail is still held fast around you,
Got
but
another one.
its
Wow.
body is.
Is that you?
Yeah, Angel of Shadows, thank you for the disadvantage. And it is held fast. That is another key point that you've used.
Yep. 11 damage.
Okay.
And then
very
I'm
good.
gonna shout out, he's trying to escape through the rear! He's stunned! Attack him now!
All right.
Fair.
Zeus.
Zeus is gonna run up in front of Kildrick, right around him. He has
Perhaps he's
movement.
stepping
Let me
away
see, what's his movement?
5 feet.
So that's
He only has 30 feet.
35 feet of movement gets into there.
Alright, he's
Did he upgrade?
So he always had 35.
Oh.
So Zeus bounds forward 35 feet,
30.
getting in front of Eli.
He's got 30.
30.
feet.
Okay.
as of level
I'll
5.
take 35.
I mean, are we really
You think
arguing?
You think a dog would
Next to Eli,
move faster?
and
It's a big dog, though.
he can take the dash action if he cares to.
Yeah. He's gonna run in there.
Dashing in to get next to, he kind of crawls up over some, a pile of bones that is there, and that is
Knocks for later.
his full movement and action. Wolfram, you're up.
That's cute.
Can I see him?
No, you do not see him.
I don't?
You see him. You can see the form very, very highly obscured through the cracks in the boards that have emerged, but you don't have a clear shot at him with your Eldritch Blast, if that's what you're asking. You did hear Sola cry out. He's trying to escape through the back.
And I stunned him. Attack him now.
Yes.
That was also important.
Alright, I will, morph into bird.
Okay, so use your bonus action to morph into a bird.
And I am now Nevermore, and I'll fly 100 feet.
500 feet, you do find out the back a makeshift dock that's there that goes deeper out into the swamp.
Wait, 50 feet will get me next to the house anyway, right?
50 feet would put you on the roof, just on the roof.
Alright, I'll double move. Wait, on my way back, on my way through there, do I see, if I look in the house, is anything showing magical in there? Besides all their any other equipment? That looks strange.
Roll a perception check.
21.
Nothing is showing magical, though there are some things that you think you might want to check out later.
Okay.
You don't say.
I'm specifically
Wink, wink.
looking if I could see anything like him, but or her, whatever it is. I don't know. But okay, and then as I fly past the house or over the house, I would like to be looking at the shore to see if there's backup coming.
As you look into the distance, you do see shuffling in the water, but nothing above the water.
All right. Is this a flat roof or pitched?
Slightly pitched.
Does it look like I could just
You could probably
sit and lay there?
Yes.
That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Not yet. Can't do that yet.
Okay, so you're basically getting up onto the roof, perching on the roof.
Yeah, further towards the dock though. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, I am
You're still the-
I
you're
am
still
double
the
moving,
bird.
so I'm up at the top part,
Okay. Yep.
but you can't put me there.
Yeah. So you're still the bird.
I'm so glad
We'll
you're...
say for the sake of confusion, you are elevated there. But you are still the bird, technically. Okay. Back to Morthos. You are grappled,
Well, he is stunned, correct?
and he is
Which
stunned.
means he is incapacitated.
He is not incapacitated.
I don't know. That's what stun says.
It is what
It
stun
says
says.
stunned creature is incapacitated.
Stunned creature is incapacitated. That is what
Which
it
means I
says.
cannot be grappled.
Where's the incapacitated thing?
He's stunned, but still has a.
It can't take actions or
And if
reactions.
you read the grappled, it says the
Wow.
condition ends if a creature cannot take an action or reaction.
The lawyer versus the lawyer.
Condition ends if
You're
the
rules
grappler is
lawyering me.
I am. I'm rules lawyering the
Okay,
lawyer.
so as you slip out of the tail, you take
1 billion
5
points.
acid
That's
damage,
fine.
and you are no longer grappled.
You
And
melt,
no longer his friend.
and one of us is dead.
You can split
Hey, I got a
between.
lawyer the lawyer at least once.
That's okay.
That'll-
He had it all prepared
I
too.
did. I had it all laid out. I was ready.
Each tab was open perfectly. He
it was
knew
a
he was
big
gonna have to
if
fight
then.
it.
If this, then that, ipso facto.
So with that, I am
Vis-a-vis.
going to immediately cast
Ergo.
Booming Blade again and whack him.
Very good. And as you do so, you take 3 acid damage.
Yep. And that would be a 19.
That hits.
Said 3, right?
Yep, so 9 total acid damage.
Fail, right? Jewel fail and Which way?
Derelict.
So the Booming Blade is only 1.
Okay.
Sneak attack and the regular attack 10. 14,
He wasn't in too later.
Dodge
Yeah, he was.
24.
24, so 25 total
He
damage.
was
Oh.
the bad guy.
Oh yeah.
And I will
Nice.
take the dodge action again.
Okay, you take the dodge. Did you roll that with advantage, by the
I
way?
did.
Okay. Very good. That's your action. Are you taking the
Dodge
dodge
bonus
bonus action? Very good.
Are you?
Eli.
Alright, I'm gonna head in there, hearing everything she said. When I get 20 feet away, when I feel like I'm 20 feet away,
20 feet away.
I'm gonna throw my sword at him
You throw your sword.
She really likes
at
this.
advantage.
You have advantage.
19 plus
That
stuff.
hits. You lit it up previously.
Yeah, it has been since our fight with the ghosts.
Well, you
Did we
You
take a
did
short
not
you
rest?
did not rest.
No.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's right.
7 plus, I think 6 on my thing. Yeah, 13.
13. Very
And
good.
then I want this to be all in one motion. So like he's running, he throws it, it hits, he calls it back, and then he gets up because 30 feet should put him right next to a
Jump.
jump stab into his big throaty thing.
Roll your attack.
Like it.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I too was planning. 17 plus stuff.
Okay, you take 4 points of acid damage.
Pish posh. You take 16 points of damage.
Okay, and as you jab your broken sword into its bulbous throat, you slash down and you hit an artery, the
Carotid.
carotid artery,
Yeah, she's a nurse.
as and
No, I'm not, but that's okay.
and greenish bluish blood begins to gush forth from its neck. It begins to stagger, and as its muscles release from the stunning strike, it falls forward. And Eli and Morthos, I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh jeez.
Ooh.
21.
I don't know if I can pass this one with a 28.
Morthos. You both
He
dodge
floats.
out of the way of the corpse of the creature as it just lands on the floor, its innards spilling forth, and the acid just beginning to eat away at what little wood remains in the floor. The majority of the floor is stone and mud, resistant to the acid. You are out of combat. Wolfram, as you look up, you see that the water is continuing to stir, but it doesn't appear to be moving quickly towards you, though the water is moving. What are you guys
Is
doing?
the back door open?
The back door is open.
I would like to
I'll fly
try-
around and morph back.
Okay,
Down there.
so you fly in. You guys are no longer in combat. So
I would like to try to take some of its blood.
Noise. See
Okay.
if it counts as a dragon.
roll a medicine check.
Cool. 20, unnatural.
Okay, so you are able to cut through with enough skill to not take acid damage, you get to its heart and you extract the freshest blood you can from its no longer beating heart.
What's it called?
It is a Khassis, Khassis,
And as
from the
A.
Ravnica. If you're a magic fan, this is one of those creature from that world.
if while I'm looking around at the things I saw earlier, I will say, do any of you remember that we're supposed to take out some sort of fish?
The Lizard
The
King.
Lizard King.
Lizard King.
Isn't that what it was called?
Kingfisher.
Kingfish lizard or something?
Kingfisher.
Kingfisher.
Fish.
Fish King.
The words on this portal said something of a thing.
Didn't it say that the Lizard King would have horns, though? I don't
did.
see horns on this
Swamp
one.
Kingfish.
Swamp Kingfish.
I don't think that was this guy.
I don't
No,
think
but I
either.
saw something in the water.
Oh,
Oh,
It's moving
can we?
towards us.
Maybe we can look around here and see if we can get some more info on what that thing.
As
might
you're
be.
having this conversation, Heather kind of walks up / floats up behind you,
Hear her voice again.
and she says, "Oh hey, yeah, this looks not at all like home. Yeah, but this is where I lived, and it's different and bugger.
You ever meet this guy?
Nah.
That's good. I was worried it was your father.
She looks out back. She's like, where are all the trees? Yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
Underwater.
I think it's been many years since you lived here. Many hundreds of years. The
Hundreds of
lands-
years.
The land probably changed since you remember it.
There used to be a nice orchard out here.
What kind of trees?
Pear.
Pear trees.
Yeah. Dad's favorite.
Sure
That
it
might be
wasn't an apple?
eucalyptus.
Apple. They're nice, but pear. Definitely pear.
Did you and Dad have any spots in this house where you'd like to hide something in case someone came around that you didn't want them to find? Any loose floorboards or something behind the wall?
Well, Mum she would make potions over there, and Dad would. Well, the house was bigger. It's over here. It's well, we had our shrine, and over here we had the kitchen, and upstairs with the bedrooms.
Can I take a look at what kind of bones are on the ground?
Sure. Roll a medicine check.
Nice.
19.
It's difficult to tell the difference between an elf and a human and a half-elf, but it's definitely some variety of humanoid.
Okay.
And there are thigh bones, there are ribs, there looks to be a pierced and broken jaw. It's various different.
So they died violently.
It looks like they were eaten.
Okay.
Can I look for the glances I caught as I flew by?
Yes, as you flew by looking in the house, which is where you said you were looking, you
I don't
notice
Well, I will look there.
in underneath the pile of bones, there looks to be there was a gap in the floorboards, which is one of the few areas where there was still wood and not mud or stone. And it just caught your eye because it was out of place to the rest, in that the floor was rather even, and then in this corner the floorboards were there, and it was not muddy. And as you kind of follow the line of sight, you notice that this kind of goes out towards the swamp, and you have the little jetty that's there, the little dock, but the swamp actually comes up further in and looks like it kind of comes underneath the house a little bit, and so the construction of it is just odd to you, and it you feel like it bears further investigating.
So I say, so your house was bigger, huh? This isn't your house.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so then I go outside
You go outside.
and I'll look under the house and see if there was like a foundation around
So
that you can.
it's you do not see a foundation very visible on the front side. The wood has been kind of built and it's sunk down a little bit into the swamp. But as you go around towards the back where this jetty is, you do see stone foundation. And as you look underneath the old floorboards that are still there, there looks to be under the floorboards an old kind of box.
Oh yeah. Wolfram grabs the box.
Okay, you open the box
Yes.
and you grab it, you open it up. It looks a very simple make. There is some light carvings as if it was hand scrolled of a tree in full bloom with several pears upon it. And it almost looks like one of those old like Bible boxes with the lid that kind of hinges up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you open it up and hinge it up, and inside there is a very old, very fragile, what looks to be book.
Okay. Very fragile.
Brown leather binding, which seems to be intact. The pages themselves look very, very fragile from the moisture and the age.
Is it magical?
It is not magical.
Okay. I will slowly walk this box around and say, Gildrick, come here.
Okay.
Do you have any skill in using magic to repair things?
I can.
Yes.
What do you want me to mend?
I have a book here that I found that might help us learn things.
I might be able to do something with it. Hand it over
It's
here.
just paper. It should be simple.
Yeah, simple.
It catches on fire and explodes.
Highly flammable.
It doesn't seem to be magical, so you should be able to just make the paper stronger. Yes.
So
Okay, so it spell can physically repair a magic item or construct, but the spell can't restore magic to the object.
correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
So you concentrate and you seek to firm up the
Is that your concentrating face?
I'm just being Saruman this season. 'Cause
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talented.
the decrepit
Oh, and I'm working on
pages.
the comprehend language ritual while you're doing that.
Okay, and so as you do so, the pages sort of magically strengthen, and you get the sense that whatever infirmity of page was there has been pretty effectively dealt with by this good thinking, Wolfram.
Great work, Gildrick.
Oh, well,
You are useful.
oh, thank you for
Aside
to
from all the
notice.
singing and blah blah. And so I tap the book a little bit, see if it crumbles.
It does not crumble,
I
but
talk-
would have.
I'm sure. I talked to the
Ooh.
little girl, or whatever this person is, ghost thing.
Heather.
Do you recognize this?
Oh yeah, that's Mum's.
Mom's.
Yeah, Mum.
Oh, and she made potions, you said?
Yeah, that
Ah.
was what she would write recipes and diary and things like that.
Excellent. So I will slowly open it.
Okay. And what you see inside is essentially all kinds of different combinations of things. Basically, an apothecary's journal.
Sweet.
And as you read through the pages, a lot of it is home remedies for this ailment and that ailment, and this root treats this, and this plant treats that, this fungus treats this. Within, there are 2 entries specifically that catch your eye. One of them says ingredients for deep wounds, and one of them says ingredients for arcane recovery. And it doesn't necessarily give you specific recipes, it just lists the ingredients that would be used to put together different degrees of these concoctions. And so in the list of ingredients for deep wounds,
Well, I mean, halfway through this book, I say, I don't play with potions and roots. Who has this skill?
the other thing inside the box that you find is an herbalism kit.
This book is garbage.
Herbalism. Oh, I would be alright.
Would
I have herbalism.
would someone want to be good at nature or medicine for the herbalism kit to work?
Well, I sort of understand these things.
Which one?
Both, it's a and arcana, depending on what you're trying to make.
Yanni with his giant hands slowly crushing mint.
Okay, well, I'll put this in the pack for now. This book contains maybe some research. We could probably check it out.
Oh, hey, for one of my friends back at the dwarf castle, do you know if is there a remedy for hemorrhoids in there? Just so he can know if I ever see him again.
Yes.
Make sure you give it to me.
It did say. It did say something of the
Okay.
sort.
Thank you. That's all. He'll be very happy.
Crowd goes.
What's a hemorrhoid?
It's something you get from eating dwarf food.
What's dwarf food?
I don't know. I can't ask my friend. I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know what.
Why?
Aren't you a dwarf?
Well, yeah, I mean,
What did-
no, I'm an elf.
What did you eat?
Why are you asking me? I don't know what he ate. I just know he has them.
All right.
And it
No
makes-
one cares
and every
about
day
your
is-
butt
and
problems.
every day is painful for him. I don't.
Oh,
Well, he's got butt problems.
No one cares about your butt problems. We care about the
I said it was
creature in
my
the
friend.
water.
Jupiter,
I said it
he's
was my
got
friend.
butt
Oh my
problems.
I think I'm gonna go stand guard.
Funny,
Yes,
silly
the-
little
The
dwarf.
kingfish may be heading our way.
How long are we taking moseying around? And
It's been
can I
about 5 minutes.
Okay.
I want to look around the
Can't
room
short
and see
rest.
if there's.
I will look out the door to see how close it is now.
It doesn't seem to have gotten any closer. It just seems to
Do
be.
we all know about this? Everybody?
Nah, I didn't.
I told you.
Wolfram
Little
did
creepy.
announce that there was
Little-
something swimming out in the water.
I'll be on the back deck,
A little creepy.
looking out over the.
Okay, so you're on the back deck looking out.
Can
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Keeping
perceive or
watch.
investigate to see if there's anything else in the room that may catch my eye and feels useful?
Go ahead and roll perception.
Specifically.
Perception. Well, yes, because you're trying to find something as opposed to investigating a specific thing.
Yep. 18.
You look in the direction that she pointed with regard to what she referred to as the shrine being over there. And there is a portion of the foundation jutting out that seems to extend beyond the wall of the shack. And you kind of trace it around and look outside, and peeking up through the mud that's there, you see a broken stone that looks intentionally square hewn, and you kind of poke around and look, and it looks like it had some sort of carving in it, but over the years and years of weathering, it has washed or been removed. But as you pull that up and off, underneath it, you find a smaller stone, what looks to be of rose quartz or something like that, with a symbol engraved on it of what looks to be like a cornucopia. Go ahead and roll a religion check.
Jake knows what it is. Eli can't think, even though he had someone in his party who worshipped her, can't think who it possibly is.
The name escapes you.
I'm gonna, can't place it. Put it in his pocket.
Did you show it to anyone?
No, I'm outside. I'm putting it in my pocket and bring it in.
Okay, so you do that.
Found this.
Does the little girl see it?
Yeah,
Heather,
what's that?
who did you worship?
Oh, you found Dad's shrine. That's a pendant of Shantae.
That's it. Couldn't remember.
Yeah, he'd go to the temple. That's where he said he was going the night he disappeared.
Where's the temple in relation to here?
Temple. Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Waterdeep?
Now there's a little town, bit north here, deeper in the swamp, where the tower of the road leads there, and where we worship Shantae, the goddess of harvest and fertility, land. You know, I don't know too much, but mom and dad they taught me. I know some prayers.
Say one.
Our mother, who art in the earth, hallowed be thy name. I can't remember the rest.
You did good. That was a good start.
Something like that.
You should always practice your prayers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Dad said. Yeah.
Good man.
Are we gonna find him?
Well, you said he last went to the temple and he never came back. And you said the temple follows the path, right?
Well, yeah, it's further in, yeah. Yeah.
Does it stand
Over
to
the
reason?
swamp? Where the trees were?
Over the river and through the swamp.
Alright. Well, first, do I see any incense lying around? Charcoal left in, like, her
As you go back and
area?
peruse through where the pendant was found,
Mhm.
it seems that anything of a more perishable nature than stone
Perished.
has been washed away.
Do health potions go bad? 1,000-year-old health potions?
They get better.
They get better, like a wine. They
Okay.
actually heal more with
We should
age.
check where the daughter's son
Yeah.
found out.
That's a 500 D8 health potion.
I'm gonna toss Morthos my health potion and be like, here, I know you got beaten
Let's
up.
not toss those.
Thank you.
He's got butterfingers. He lets it fall on the ground and it breaks. No. Well, you heard Heather. Last time she saw her dad, it was at the temple. We follow the path. We go to the temple. Stands to reason either his body's there or something.
Or
Why don't we head towards the temple?
if he's the pair, we know that the bartender wants him. He's the pear farmer, which
Wait.
means
What's a bartender? What's
she
that?
serves
What's that?
They
drinks.
serve drinks of alcoholic nature to adults. And
You're a
only
little too
adults.
young.
What's
boy.
alcohol?
It's a hard drink.
You know
Does
when
it
the
give you butt problems?
I don't know. I'll ask my friend when I see him.
There's
Gosh.
this friend named Dildrick,
His name is
Steve.
Steve.
She kind of reaches out her
How'd you
hand.
know?
She reaches out her hand, and Jupiter kind of appears next to her, and she just kind of pets him.
so if
Save me from being a good friend.
if he's the same person, he could have moved on from the temple long ago. If
Maybe.
he's still alive.
What are you talking about? We're gonna find it, yeah?
Yes,
This
yes,
is the
of
only
course.
clue we
We're
have.
gonna
at this
be
moment.
reunited.
We had
Of
nothing
course.
else to go on.
Mom
Yeah.
died, and it was really
How did
sad.
Mom die? Not to dig up old wounds here. Really old
like
wounds.
about a year ago. Well,
In whose years?
like from what I can remember.
Okay.
I don't. When are we? What year is it?
That's a good question. It's the 28th of Flame Rule.
Ah, Flame Roll. It's a good month.
What?
It's nice and dry.
What year are we in?
I don't know.
No. DM. What
DM.
year are we in?
What do you need it for?
I feel like that would be something we would kind of all know.
To go under the water?
Well,
1804.
no, I did write it. Let's see if I put it at the beginning.
XXXX year.
So it's tricky with the official chronology of the Forgotten Realms.
They're not forgotten.
While the DM
They're
looks
just
this up,
loved less.
Wolfram gets on his knees and starts performing the water breathing ritual.
Mm.
You know how to swim?
You know what? I didn't pick a year.
Can you go for a swim?
I know the general
No.
time frame. I can find. I'll get the year.
Dwarves can't
Okay.
swim.
Can we pretend we gave a year and that
Yes.
gives her some
Yep.
idea that she's been dead for a while?
Well, I'm really old, but I look the same.
Yeah. That's
But you said I was dead. Why'd you say that?
I pick up a rock and I underhand toss it to her and I say catch.
She's super uncoordinated, and it just goes past her.
Kind of went right through you there.
No, I missed it.
I pick up another one
Right.
and say catch, and I make sure it's gonna hit her square in the chest.
Goes right through her. That's weird.
All right, moving on. Yeah, that is weird.
Okay, let us not forget there is something in the water.
Yeah. Now, does the path take us over the bog or around the bog?
You know what?
We backtrack to the tower and then head further north and.
Can we go through the bog? Is that faster?
Alright.
Time out. The last time we disturbed the water, Yanni died.
Well, it was
Well,
usually
why-
there
Was
was,
there any blue flames?
there was an orchard here before.
Do we see any blue flames on the water like we saw?
There are blue
There
flames
are
in the
blue
water.
flames.
The water that is moving seems to be going around the blue flames.
Good idea.
Why don't we? Okay, so can we have a group huddle real quickly?
We need this. We need this creature to die.
Do we know that's the creature?
Right.
My intuition is high. I don't know, how big does it look? I don't know.
It looks from having been watching it and with your perception, it looks like it's a rather large disturbance in the water. But nothing has come above the waves. So you've had no sense of
How
what
far
it
out does
actually
it
is.
seem it's at?
Maybe 80 yards,
Does anybody have
60 to it varies. Has come in, then gone back out. It is completely out in the water.
see-through solid objects spell?
It's next level,
So-
actually.
I pick up a rock.
Don't
And then-
disturb the water.
I'm gonna grab
Shut
his
up,
wrist.
don't ruin it. I pick up a rock, and I look at it, and I look at the disturbance in the water, and I say to myself, "Only a fool will do that."
And then Wolfram goes,
Pew pew! Do you really?
He said it.
He said it. So it's real now.
well, I did it last time.
Morthos, you said you saw flames out there again.
Yes,
I guess
are
they're there.
flames.
They're all evident.
They're-
It's
they're- yeah.
they're
we all see them.
interspersed.
We know what's gonna happen if we go out that way.
Well,
Which choice do we have?
how long will it take us to go around?
Yeah, couple hours.
That's not too bad.
I really would like to open this portal.
Yeah. Is that the task, or is it to
Yes.
find her dad and?
I don't know, the tree could be over here as well that we must destroy.
So our
But
best
which-
lead.
We don't hit the trees. Daddy always said, You don't hit the trees.
Of course not.
Okay.
Don't we
We
need
just-
the don't we need the blood
nice.
for the portal
It's
though?
not nice to hurt
We
trees.
just really want to pair.
What if the tree is hurting everything else?
Can't happen. Shantae wouldn't let it.
Shantae.
Does this look like Shantae has power here?
She's the goddess of the earth.
Right. Would she let this happen?
It's on a very long vacation.
Well, I never really thought about that. Why does your butt hurt?
Alright, where are we?
I'll go ask Steve next time I see him.
Where are we going, Eli?
We are getting off track. We have to decide what it is we are doing.
Correct.
We are either going to go find her father, or we are going to attempt to find the
Find my
creature.
dad! Find my dad! Oh, I
Open the
want to
portal.
find my dad! Find my dad! Find my
On that
dad!
note,
Oh,
I
I
say
want
find
to
her
find my dad! Find my
We
dad!
did
Find my
promise her
dad!
that.
Oh, I want to
Okay.
find my dad!
Alright, we'll
Let's-
find your dad.
Does
Just-
anyone
he's not
have
saying-
the silence spell?
Let
It's
find her
worth
dad.
it.
Once we have found her father,
We can
we
always
can
potentially
always come back and look
for
for
it.
this fish king creature. Let's go. We are
Alright.
wasting time.
Finally, a
I'm down.
decision. Not the
Well-
one I would.
We'll just follow the frog and toad then, yeah?
Yep.
Frog and
Show us
toad.
the way.
Alright. Keep up so you don't get knockered, eh?
Yep.
What does the frog and toad need?
The road.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what we walk on. There, boat man.
She's a funny one.
She is.
no, she's not.
Kind of like her.
Alright, that's where we go. Let's go.
Alright, so you...
Sneaking. We're stealthily traveling.
Are you traveling stealthily?
Yes.
Wolfram is gonna try.
I would like
Yeah, me
the
too.
party to roll a collective stealth check, please.
Ooh.
Ooh. Dear.
Oh, I rolled 40.
You stop it, Adam.
Let me ruin this.
Still got an 18.
I got 22.
I have disadvantage
Wolfram
on it.
disappears into its cloak.
Molly?
22.
2?
22?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
21.
We're good.
16.
16.
Would you
Oh, I need to roll for Zeus too.
Yep, with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
100.
Anyway, sorry. 8. Oh, okay. We'll see what his modifier
I
is.
think he's a -1.
Is he?
I think.
Oh wait.
Why is
Plus
this
1,
with
so
us?
9.
Stealth.
Okay. Everyone else rolled pretty high, though.
Yeah.
So Zeus kind of
You're the knee.
is tripping a little bit in the mushiness of the swamp environs, but generally speaking, you all think that you're relatively stealthy. As you're going along, Heather is kind of leading you along, and you hear her kind of humming to herself.
Is the
Where'd you learn that?
We've heard that before, have we not?
Yeah.
What? Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
You're humming a song. Where'd you learn that?
Did taught it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. How's it go? What are the words?
1 little, 2 little, 3 little pears, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little pears,
not the guy?
7,
7
little
little, 8
pears.
little, 9 little pears.
Then what?
Jackaroo's gonna harvest them today.
It doesn't end as well as the others I heard. but-
Yeah, just it changed all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, no, yeah. Hey, glowy lady, why is your hand missing?
My quest to defeat evil, and I have failed in that department, but the gods have granted me a second chance. So it was chopped off when I was underwater, and I died.
You died?
I did.
But you're alive. So we're both alive then, yeah?
Well, I was brought back to life. That's why.
That must have happened to me then too, yeah?
Eli, toss the rock. I catch it.
It goes right through your glowing right hand.
Does it really?
Yeah, so we're like
That was a bad example.
twinsies, yeah.
Here, let it hit you in the face.
You take 48 points.
It's a pebble.
Have I incited her ignorance yet?
She's
You have
6.
not.
I would like to incite her ignorance.
Go ahead.
It's a
16.
She seems like a 6-year-old child that is trying to rationalize in any way she can that she is alive.
Are we walking along the water's edge?
Yes.
I would like to look to see if the disturbance is following us.
Good
Roll
idea.
perception check.
Is it nighttime?
Can I help him with that?
It is getting on. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh no, we don't have Yanni's glow orb.
You do not.
You have your sword, which we didn't take a break, so it's still glowing.
True.
That's a 3, but I'm going to say I don't see the disturbance anymore.
Good. I didn't even think to look for that.
And you don't. You are being utterly truthful.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's got to look over the edge, right? I'm gonna look over where I thought it used to be. Is it still going around the flames, back in the water?
So you have largely left that portion
Oh, okay.
as you've now crossed past back the fallen tower and have gone in a new direction. The road is intact in places, completely missing in others. You go back into the marsh and then back into a deeper part of the kind of the mangroves that grow, and you get into tangled branches, and the trees actually begin to get thicker, as if whatever tsunami wave came through here in the past, the further north you get, it doesn't seem to have come as far inland as it did where you were previously. As you continue on, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, several hours go by, and this is slow going, A, because you're stealthing, so you're going at half speed, and B, there's a lot of brush that you are making your way through, blue flames that you avoid at times so that you don't disturb, and so you get the sense that if this was just following the road, it would not take anywhere close to this length of time to make this trek, as if that cabin was maybe an hour outside of whatever this town is that they're going to. You begin to see ruins, stone ruins, foundations primarily, alongside of the ruined road. And you begin to actually go up and elevate a little bit, and the swamp water is not as high. There seems to be a little bit more ground beneath your feet as you begin to elevate up a small, what can only be described as a bit of a plateau out of the swamp. And as you begin to crest it, you see even more and more ruins. And you see the remains of a broken wall that has been overgrown with roots and has been sundered by some force from the west. As you can see, kind of the flow of the ruins moves it inland. As you continue on, you come to a place where the trees, the mangroves, are extremely thick on either side as the road moves through and disappears for a stretch of about 200 feet, and you can barely see on the other side where the road starts again. In the middle of the road, there is a low depression where swamp water has collected, and in the center of the swamp is a large blue flame. 2, in fact, that are flanked by the heavy mangrove trees on side to side, and it is very evident that there is not a clear way through the water without going into the trees. But the trees are so thick that it would require single file and either hacking through it very deliberately or kind of like a jungle gym climbing through the branches for several hundred feet to get around.
Well, we see our impasse. What do we think?
It's not looking good.
So we've been walking now for hours, correct?
Several hours, yes.
Can
I'm tired. We haven't
I
slept
actually
in
pull
forever.
Eli aside for a second?
Of course. Yep. Any role playing you guys wish to do?
Eli.
Watermelon.
Yeah,
Could you come here for a second?
Sure. What's up?
We've been walking for hours, and I can't get something out of my head.
All right.
You said Artemia is sending you after this man. And it's a possibility that this man is her father, no? I mean, we do not know that for sure, but things could move in that direction. And you said she wanted you to bring him alive, and he is like you, he is pain-cursed, no?
Yeah.
I do not feel right about that.
Me neither.
I feel that we would be taking him to his death. That is, if she just wanted him gone, she would tell you to kill him. She wants him for either whatever we know that you get powers every time you take a pain curse. There must be something that this individual has that she wants. I do not believe we can hand him to his death. Especially without talking to him at first. He needs to know. We need to at least find out something about him before we give him over, or even decide to do that.
Yeah. We should probably talk to the group about that too, but I've been thinking that over as well. I don't trust Artemia at all.
I know you owe her two like that,
You freaking Rhaegar.
but, and I know not handing him in might cause her to become an enemy, but
She's not a friend either.
she's definitely not. I think, you know, I will follow you to the end at this point. So I would rather make an enemy of her than ruin what little bit of my soul I have left.
It's a really good sentiment, and I'm sure if it is her dad, we don't know, but whoever this guy is, he'd probably like to hear that too. But we should-
Anyway, I just felt I had to say it.
Thank you for that. Do you think we should tell everyone else or wait until it becomes evident?
Maybe we should at least see who this individual is first.
Alright. What do you think about these mangrove trees?
Well, it looks like we have no choice but to head to the water.
Yeah.
I mean, we know to avoid the flames at this point.
Yep. Hey, Wolfram,
Yes?
how many charges do you have left in that necklace?
2.
What do you think about passing through the water and trying not to disturb it? But if we do,
You're approaching from
the
the south. You see 2 flames, and then beyond the road
picks up again.
Heavy trees on either side.
Like impassable,
Impassable
or you're
or just
talking
rough terrain?
Rough terrain, yeah.
It is rough terrain, but you would have to go through basically single file to get through.
Oh, well,
Perfect trees.
I'm thinking about saving these for certain undead situations where there are, maybe someone might die, which is what we did last time. So I'll be ready, but I won't use it on a whim. This seems like a very excellent tool that I can use.
So
Well,
then do we go single file through the mangrove trees or
we know
I'll fix the
go
canopy.
through the trees.
There's not a lot of, very little canopy. There's no vegetation really. In leaves, it's very sickly looking gnarled trees with thick roots that go all through, and there are lots of branches that branch off. It's not dead. It's not healthy either. It's
Drowned forest.
very unstable looking terrain, however, with all of the roots.
Alright, so I say, give me 1 second, and I'll morph into Nevermore and fly up.
Okay.
And I'll
Fly
check
up.
the side paths. I'll kind of do a parallel flight to see if there's anything hiding in these trees, if there's a best route to take, etc.
Roll perception.
Come on, baby. 29.
As you look through,
That's what I do.
you see that It's hard to tell how many, but there are definitely bodies beneath the water, beneath the flames, as with the other blue flames you've encountered. But more importantly for what you're trying to seek and find is within the gnarled branches of the trees themselves, you see very still creatures, what look almost like the needle blights that you fought before, though these are slightly different. These seem to be lankier, seem to be more viney. And there are several scattered about, though as you fly, it's difficult to pinpoint, like I said, how many or exactly where. It's just you notice them, and then as the angle changes, they look like a tree branch again.
Understood. I'll fly back to the group.
Damned if we do, damned if we don't.
What did you see, Wolfo?
Well, there's clearly a similar situation with the blue flames of death here, but in the woods there are also creatures waiting for us. Very hard to see.
Are they on the ground or are they in the branches?
Yes.
So we can't climb a tree and kind of branch hop to avoid them.
I don't know.
I don't think our dog.
I got glimpses. I got glimpses.
If only we had
That's all.
Yanni,
do anything.
could just carry the dog on his back.
I got glimpses. That's all.
So, all right.
We forge a path through the water, I say.
Would you like me to go first?
You don't do as much damage to ghosts as you think you do.
You still have that rock? Maybe throw it. See what happens.
Why would I carry a rock?
I saw you thinking.
I left it there.
Thinking you would throw.
That was hours ago.
Very tempting, I know.
So
How
I
deep
feel
is the
there's-
water?
Meanwhile, it's in my pocket. I'm just like,
How
Pretty
deep is the
much.
water?
Pretty rock.
Morthos?
Do we feel that there's enough room between the flames and the mangroves to actually go through the water without disturbing the flames?
I think it's when
You
disturb
think
the
if
water
you
with
were
flames.
particularly dexterous, you may be able to avoid disturbing the water.
Yeah,
But
Dex team.
Minus our
again, you'd
dog
have
and
to
our
go
dog
single
Actually,
file,
it's
and
dexterity.
one
again.
false step
+5.
could
Might as well try it.
Plus
would
my,
is definitely
saving
close
throws.
enough to disturb the water to the flame.
Might as well
I
try
think
it.
we both have to take both paths. Side by side. That way, if we have to go single file, we are just setting ourselves up to be the front man getting attacked with no way for any of us to help. Maybe if we can get by 2 by 2, one in the water, staying away from the flames, and one on the path, at least then maybe
But then we
we
can
can
be
help each other. The ones that are more acrobatic per se,
They
maybe
may be
stay to the
small.
water,
But I can float.
and
Sorry.
you clumsier ones stay on land.
But then we're facing 2 potential enemies at the same time.
Only if fate should have that. Maybe we can get through without
Fate is a
disturbing the flame.
cruel, cruel master.
What do you think?
So,
Might as well give it a shot.
out of game, we're coming from the south.
Yep.
And we either have to walk right up the middle on the water, or we can walk around the sides
So you
one
could
by one.
you could avoid the trees with ease by going through the water. You could try to thread the needle and walk
That's
on.
what I'm not understanding.
You could try to thread the needle and walk essentially along the shore. But if this you cannot, it is this.
So
you're,
we're on the left side, and that's you're threading the needle.
yeah. If you tried to thread the needle, you could do there, but high risk of misstep if you're not very careful.
Dude, let's take
Might as
the
well give it a
skill path.
shot.
If you
Yeah.
go through either of the mangroves, you get the sense that you would be walking into the waiting arms or whatever creatures are there. So the situation can be avoided, but you'd have to skillfully do so.
So if we go too far to the left, we are initiating a fight.
No doubt.
If we go
Correct.
too far to the right, we are initiating a fight.
Correct.
Do we want to try to walk the middle ground? And if we're gonna fall right, because that's the devil we know versus the devil we don't.
Well,
I'd agree.
who doesn't think they can make it? I'm going to make it immediately.
Yeah,
upon
you're
being
gonna
decided.
fly.
We're
Zeus.
fine,
Zeus is gonna have a hard
Zeus
time
will
making
have a
it.
difficult time.
Zeus will be
I'm fine.
Ha! Don't worry about me. Ha ha!
Me, Nevermore, and I will help one of you cross the path.
Help me! Help me! Tell him to help me!
I will be
Ha!
able to help
Can
balance
Nevermore
him.
lift Zeus?
Little bit of a claw push will give him some sort of advantage as they walks across.
Let's help.
Zeus.
Let's help Zeus. And if you're gonna fall,
Maybe.
fall into the water, because at least we know what we're gonna get.
Help.
Tell Zeus that.
Alright.
Try to keep it down to one enemy.
Let
instead of
Wolfram
two.
help you, Zeus. Okay? Let's take good care of you.
I think I should
I agree.
Cranky
I
old
also have the
rattling
axe.
man!
The what?
I have the hatchet. So
You have the hatchet.
yes,
Mm.
therefore if a
Yes.
ghost comes out, I am probably the most likely to be able to get to it.
All right. So Morthos is first. Who wants to go second?
I will go second.
Okay. Who would like to go third?
I'll take the third.
We'll take the third.
I'll hold up the rear.
All right. You're gonna fly across and help Zeus.
Steve's rear? Or
I'll go.
Oh,
will.
the boatman's rear.
I'll go second last.
actually, if
It's
we want to
fu- it's
meta
funny
game,
though,
You know, it must be nice
if
to
we
not
want to
feel
meta
anything.
game, we could do one at a time, and I can help everyone cross.
That's not a bad idea.
Unless there's something waiting for us on the other side.
That's true.
I didn't see anything. My eyes were wide open.
Let's do it the hard way.
Do it the hard way.
Alright.
All right. We got our
I'm
marching
ready.
If
order.
somebody falls,
So
they
your
will
marching
die.
order is Wolfram first,
No.
No.
Well,
right?
as a bird.
I'm
Well,
just
the
putting it.
birds,
I'm just
yeah.
putting it out there for visuals.
A dwarf
Wolfram
friend,
first,
Hello,
Use that
followed
one.
by
Morthos.
Morthos.
I'm thinking of him.
Followed by Yaga, Kildrick, myself.
Zeus defers with me.
Zeus defers with. Yeah.
So are you having Zeus go first?
No, Zeus is with the bird.
Yeah.
No. Zeus is first.
Being
right?
helped by Wolfram.
'Cause if he
Oh.
we've decided if he falls, at least everyone's behind that can run up and help, and we'll actually see it happen.
Okay, so you've made your
That
way
makes
up
sense.
along the side, and now here's where you get to the treacherous path. And Wolfram, you are attempting
You're right
to.
behind Zeus? Okay.
You are assisting Zeus.
That's right. Nevermore will spot out. Hopefully,
Everyone get their inspiration ready.
I have
pour,
3.
pour foot platforms and give him a little nudge if he's going off track, and squawk out spots that are definitely booby traps.
Don't we have a leash for this dog?
I have 4 inspiration.
Kildrick has 3, and the DM has 3
Zeus will not be.
disadvantages.
Oh, I thought I only had 1 inspiration.
I have
Scooby-
3 disadvantages?
That's what it says. It's a Scooby.
I
That's
think
from
Sco-
2 weeks
I
ago,
think
though.
Scooby's
That was
count was
is that old?
from before.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
I don't
been
like that.
used.
I think we're.
Yeah, back when Scooby was here, we were low.
I don't think I've used any of mine though.
You
Have I?
may not have.
I don't remember using
All
any
right.
of
I
them.
think I have 1 disadvantage right now.
Well, you got
I
one
have
today.
1 inspiration. I know that. But that's
I-
all.
2 advantages.
All right, so I need you to roll a performance check to see if you are capably able to point out the footing that you see.
My forte.
No, this is for Wolfram.
Oh well, I'll just do it for fun anyways.
It's like rolling dice.
A
What would I have
performance check?
You're trying to express with
As
as
a
a
bird.
bird
Oh man.
to a dog
Oh man.
how
No, Wolfram spoke to him previously and said, every time I go, "Rah!" and point my wing,
while you're flying.
Well, you're flying.
Yeah.
yeah,
Was it Looney Tunes?
glide.
This is
Yeah,
real.
birds glide.
It's real life.
He can glide right or left, and that's how he
Just
points.
taking the help action while I'm
The dogs
flying.
can't
It's
look
not
up.
that
Right,
hard.
it's just a matter of how
Dogs can't look
effective
up.
that is.
12.
12. All right. It's above a 10, so you can roll with advantage as you try to cross past the first of the.
Do I have to roll a stealth with Zeus, huh?
Roll. No, not stealth. This is
Dex.
a dexterity save
Oh, okay.
with. No, this isn't a dex save. This is acrobatics with advantage.
Acrobatics with advantage.
How acrobatic is it?
Negative.
Ooh.
Unnatural 20 and a 22.
Nice.
So Zeus makes his way past the first
Galloping
flame,
along.
It's up to the rest of you now.
1. Morthos rolls a 1.
And
Plus
Still be at
18.
Yeah, it's still higher.
one
than
more advantage roll, please.
In acrobatics?
Do I see the stuff this time?
Yeah, I'm keeping that roll for the whole.
6.
With
Seriously?
advantage.
With advantage?
Yeah.
What'd you roll?
As you move up.
Oh
move
no,
the
I'm sorry. A
scroll-
10. It was a 10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was a 6 plus 4. My bad.
Zeus begins to step on a stone that, Wolfram, you see is very unstable. You try to tell him to stop, and as he looks up and steps, he just in time holds his form and changes his path and makes his way through.
Oh,
That's
Zucifer.
my boy.
So Zeus
Zeus
is through.
That was my
Morthos.
chance to remove Zeus.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So we're not moving collectively.
No. That's never
Apparently
the
not.
idea.
I mean, he can
Acrobatics?
move just like
Yeah,
the
it's
person
like
behind him
27.
can move.
Okay, so you get through the
That's what I
first
thought.
and the second.
29.
Okay, Morthos is through. Jaga,
He
Close.
carried
first.
Solo with him.
These are acrobatic checks, right?
Yeah. That's a 15.
And the
or
second?
18. 18.
Yeah, but I mean, I could just come back. I'm obviously.
That's another 18.
Jaga is through. Kildrick.
Nailed
I'm
it.
so nervous.
Me too.
You can do
Oh,
it.
okay.
You guys can all do it.
That's a 25.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then for the second one,
Second.
okay, well, I just rolled. I rolled a 9 plus 15.
Kildrick is through. Eli.
Our fans are sad we're not
15.
fighting things right now.
15. And Eli, the second.
14.
I hope Matt planned something after this.
Everyone turns around and watches as
We start to
Sola
slow clap. I saw
19.
makes her way past
I'm
the
actually
first
doing like
blue flame.
handstands and
Oh,
a
you're
front
showing
flip,
off.
round off.
Can I use?
I land on one foot and I go, cuckoo!
What is your acrobat
Can I use
skill?
my
Plus
whisper
11.
to give her
Oh,
bardic
Your acrobat
inspiration
skill, doesn't it give you
Sure.
for this?
things?
Yeah.
I have no
Things like
idea.
that happen?
Sola,
just roll.
Kildrick, use a roll. Roll. You get 6 points.
You have a d6 of inspiration if you want to use it.
No, I don't.
No, she's got
15
like-
plus 8.
All right, well, still, it was
I
still
think
worth it.
my
Okay. mark off-
modifier
mark
would
off
get
an
me
inspiration.
through.
Yeah.
And
worth it.
you
I still have
have
1d8.
It lasts for 10 minutes.
1d6.
1d6.
Okay. You all successfully pass through the,
13.
Oh, I
the
can't believe that worked.
blue flame.
Well, we're on the other side.
Yeah, I
And
have
you
no idea
continue
what my
on,
acrobatic skill is.
and Heather looks back at you. She says, "It's not much farther now. It's just over the crest here."
All right.
I don't know how often we have
And
train.
you
Next
see
check.
lots and lots of ruins as you kind of crest the hill. And as you crest the hill, you look down and you see what looked to be a plateau actually now reveals itself to be almost like a deep depression that is surrounded by this plateau on all sides. And now you see, oh, this perhaps was an earthen battlement or something of that sort that was built up and had been overwhelmed by the water or whatever. But at the center of this battlement, as the topography slopes downward, you see the remains of 3 roads that converge on the central point in the town, which is now clearly seen to be a ruined temple. There are toppled statues of what it is, you can't tell. It looks like a female form. There is iconography that has been mostly washed away, but some evidence of the signs of Shantea, the cornucopia and the grains, the wheats and fruits of harvest that are dotting some of the remains of the buildings. You approach and the main road has some steps that go down. and you see the two side roads that also have steps that go down, and there is what looks to be a low pond underneath an elevated platform of roads, except the roads are broken and they do not make their way to the temple. I'm going to need you to adjust that out.
Oh.
It's a big one.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right.
Is it underwater?
Eli, did you say the father worshipped Shantea?
Yeah. This looks like a temple of Shantea.
You think he's here?
I rolled a 17 on perception.
So you see on the north side, so you see the steps that go up. On the north side, you see the temple itself. And it is ruined and broken. I can put this down to about there. You are entering from the south on the south road right here. Okay? You see that the center, what looks to have formerly been a circular, almost elevated walkway, perhaps of some sort of just recreational path,
Like a boardwalk?
which would have been above small little islands that now have gnarled mangroves. But you can imagine what would have been a very beautiful kind of pond that looks very deep at the center. And there are 4 little pagoda type of things that are further down on the ground. You do see what look to be at the main stairs side steps that go down to the ground level, as if they could have gone down there to swim or to enjoy the pagodas. You look around and the path opens and you see the doors of the temple, which are closed shut. And while the majority of the temple seems to be decrepit, the central chamber, the actual temple itself, doesn't have any windows and seems to be completely sealed.
So that's all the way across.
That's all the way across.
Does anyone think that's odd?
I was thinking the same thing. Yes.
Fishy.
Well, I would think that a temple to Shantea might have a very nice tree to protect inside that's blighting everything around us.
I would agree. Do you want to take an aerial view and see? Is there a roof on this thing?
It looks, yes, there is a stone roof.
Does the water look healthy?
Yes.
Roll perception.
Do I feel anything?
Roll perception.
21.
The water looks much like the rest of the water, though interestingly, what you notice very evidently is that there are no blue flames anywhere.
Okay.
Is the water moving? Or is it still?
Roll perception.
Well, you rolled perception and you rolled perception, so there were 2 perception rolls made.
I rolled a 25.
So, Sola, you look out and you see what looks to be very small waves in barely visible on the surface of the water near the center. It's very difficult to tell if this is just from the wind blowing through this ravine-like, almost like the center of a dormant volcano that has been filled in with water.
Yeah.
Ooh, Crater Lake.
And you see no other signs of any sort of plant life, animal life, no undead even, beyond some of the mangroves that grow in the midst of this pond. Eli, with your 25, you are able to discern two things. One, as you step to the edge and look out, you peer down towards the center and you notice the depth of the water, but as the light of the sun begins to wane in the sky as it sets, you think you notice the dark form of something under the waves. But your mind quickly leaves the form under the waves as you sense for the first time a boom boom. Boom boom. Not a very strong beat. Rather weak, in fact. But it is unmistakable as your head is filled with the beating of the heart that you are in the vicinity of a pain cursed.
So I'm gonna tell everyone that, hey, two things. One, I think there's something big in the water.
Oh, great.
Maybe that's the kingfish.
Perhaps.
More importantly, I hear a heartbeat.
We must make a decision.
I think we're in the right location.
Maybe he's in the fish.
Mm.
Yeah, of course you're in the right location. Temple's right over there.
Well, do you know any secret paths to get there?
Well,
Yeah, just walk right up.
Can we hop around? Does it look like we can? Hey, we passed last time. We got through.
yeah.
Could we hop around and stay out of the water?
Kildrick might have
It looks like that's a pretty easy thing to do.
difficulty jumping across the.
Well, we can throw them.
That looks like it's no more than a 5
That's
feet jump.
incredible dexterity.
So,
I think even a dwarf could jump 5
point
feet.
of clarification,
You're just running
because
stars.
it's hard to see on the map itself. Some of this is elevated, and some of this is crumbled below, which goes down about 15 feet.
Oh.
These here are actually crumbled below.
Okay.
This is elevated. This part's crumbled. This is elevated. This part is crumbled.
How about that part?
Crumbled, crumbled, elevated, elevated.
Which
Crumbled, crumbled.
We're from the south?
So
Elevated, 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 crumbled. This is all below.
So go back to the north side. Upper right. Nope. To just the right of the main landing.
Here?
Up.
No, the stairs. By the stairs.
Up. Down. Left.
North, north,
Yep.
south, east, west.
So I'd like you to go south,
Go to
east, right there. To the right now. One. That.
Oh, that.
Is that
That is-
underwater?
That is elevated.
Looks
That's
like a-
elevated.
This is elevated. This is elevated.
So we can make that jump.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is stairs. This part here is stairs that go.
Right,
kind
but
of
it's
down.
Not, it's not 5 feet, it's closer to...
So this, so
5
to
to
make
10.
this jump, you'd have to jump, like up here. It's on the same level.
Right.
This is all, but this is kind of elevated down. It's fallen. It's like not
Right.
right. It's kind of.
So it shouldn't be as
So-
hard to jump.
It's actually easier to jump that
Unless
way.
it crumbles under your feet.
Well, yeah, that would suck.
There is, you don't, you have no sense of the
Correct.
structural integrity of this.
Well, all right. There's something in the water. Something big. We probably don't want to be in the water. Every time we've been in the water, bad things have happened.
Yeah.
So we probably want to avoid that. Looks like we can jump around, but we don't know the structural integrity of this.
Well, I can slow my fall through air, which means I can land very lightly and test it, and hop quickly out of the water if there's a problem.
If there's a fish in the water, Wolfram might be able to make out its outline if he's flying above us. Maybe he could fly above us as we make our way and just
I feel
call
like
out if it
flying
gets
is
any
just
closer to us.
cheating.
Yeah.
A big
So-
fish, you could see a shadow moving in the water.
So then, are we
can do
saying
it
we
with a
want to
familiar
try to hop
anyway.
across?
And have him
I-
do Overwatch.
And we'll send Sola first to test.
I would rather hop across than face whatever there's in the water.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
It's like,
And if people have a problem, we always have rope. We can have 2 people. I could jump across. Someone, each person can have the rope, and then you could just tight rope across. If
Alright.
they can't make the jump.
I think it sounds like a plan, but let's go with it.
all right, Sola.
Go ahead.
So before they begin their acrobatic, we're going to do our first giveaway tonight.
Roll well, dice.
So, being that we're in a swamp of undeath, I chose a
Just fight the fish.
I chose a
It's
zombie,
more exciting.
a
More
lizard
excited to
folk,
fight the fish.
a
In the water.
boggard,
No,
which is the same as a
What were all
bullywug
theirs?
basically, frogman, and a troglodyte, which is kind of like a
Also, I
lizard.
don't think it's a
throw your
fish.
Another
sword
lizard
and
guy.
summon it, and throw your sword and summon
So we're gonna give away the lizard folk and the zombie first. So if you would like to participate in this giveaway for the lizard folk and the zombie, then type in exclamation point
it. You do it.
turkey.
Hmm.
Exclamation point
The country or
turkey.
the fowl?
The derogatory term thrown at someone who is too afraid to move forward.
It's called a chicken.
Are we a bunch of turkeys right now?
Turkey.
Wait, isn't that a bowling term?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
3 strikes
Yep. In a row.
in a row. Turkey.
Never got one.
Neither have I. In
So
Wii
if
bowling,
you would like to
though,
win
I
this
bowled a
lizard
perfect
folk
game.
and this zombie,
I know,
exclamation point, turkey. So type that into the chat right now. What are you all seeking to do?
right? I'm gonna jump first and make sure to use slow fall with every jump to land as lightly as I can.
Okay, so rather than putting out the minis right now, we're gonna kind of, so you're jumping from here to the center.
Correct.
Okay, roll an athletics check or acrobatics check.
I wonder which one I'm gonna pick.
Question.
With my cloud jumping boots.
Doesn't it make sense to not feather fall in order to test the integrity?
She can
Oh,
hop
it's
on
safe.
it.
Then we
She
just
can
all
hop
fall
on
I
it.
can always hop on it, yeah.
Okay. All right.
12.
See if the ice is thick enough, basically. Seems good.
23.
23.
Mhm.
You jump to the central platform and it rocks and sways a little bit, but seems to hold your weight.
I'm gonna kind of walk like towards the edge and just like with my foot out first to test to make sure it won't crumble.
Yep.
If somebody doesn't like make the
So
Take the weight.
you walk to the edge and it seems
The edge.
to hold your weight.
closest to where the rest have to jump. South.
Here.
Yeah.
Yep. It seems to hold your
holds
weight.
weight?
Yep.
Okay.
There are, as you look underneath, there are large pillars that are relatively intact, that the weight of the elevated terrace walk is being held up by.
Does it feel like it can hold the entire party's weight?
Roll an investigation check.
It's 12.
Really hard to tell.
Okay. I'm gonna yell to the guys, this one's safe. I'm gonna move ahead in case it can't hold everyone's weight. Keep moving.
Okay? So which way are you going? Are you
Um,
going to the west or to the east?
I'd like to go to the east.
Okay?
I think that's the easiest
So you
jump.
step up, and as you do so, on the edge, the stone begins to crumble under your feet.
Okay.
Roll a dexterity saving throw as you seek to jump.
15.
You jump, and you get
Plus
up.
8.
You 15.
7. Yeah, 7 plus 8 is 15, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
And you feel yourself unable to make the jump,
Ooh.
and you activate your cloud jumper boots.
Mhm.
Make another acrobatics check.
Wait, acrobatics or dexterity?
Acrobatics.
Oh, this time. Okay. 27.
And you land squarely as this edge part here crumbles behind her. And as she lands, this is now around a 15-foot gap. Okay? You are here as the rubble hits the water. You all hear kind of reverberating under the water a very low begins to stir.
Move. Eli, tell me that was a bird. I wish that I would have owned up to that. Let's keep going. Does it seem like the waves have stopped?
I mean, there's still the ripples from where the
Anything-
stone fell.
Anything moving in the water? We stayed quiet and still.
Roll perception from your vantage point on the south stairs.
Unnatural 20.
You begin to see the form of what looks to be 15, 20 feet of length,
Oh.
slithering through, around. It seems to circle slowly where the stones hit and circles back. You look, and at its head there seems to be 2 pointed horns that are leading it through the water.
Like a dorsal fin.
Not vertical. They are pointed forward.
Oh,
Do I-
think
do I
we
see
must
his
have
head?
found
Do I see his head?
a portal unlocked.
Do you see his head?
Uh-huh.
Roll perception.
So, yeah.
Are you still in your bird form, or
I never flew up there. No.
yeah?
They wanted me to,
Bless you.
but
Bless you.
35.
As you look
Do
down,
I see eyes? Is what I want to know.
you do not. This is all below water, but your amazing depth perception allows you to see the visual of a creature with a long dorsal, kind of down its back fin, very rough scales, which look to be heavily armored down its back. It has almost like a bison, horns that protrude forward with a giant muzzled maw as it swims. It glides through the water effortlessly, having full command, but it does have what look to be opposable flippers on its sides that allow it to, almost like a T-Rex, have some sort of grasping ability as it moves around. You notice that at its tail there is a fine point that comes through that would seem to be able to pierce and slash very powerfully alongside of its horns and its bite. This is sliding through the water, but is certainly aware that there is something going on around it.
Do I know what it is?
It looks like a really big fish.
Like king of fish.
A really big fish. I don't know anything about this creature. Okay.
I'm gonna mind link Eli, because I don't want to shout, because I can still see him.
You can.
Okay. Try to get us across quietly, but I think you guys need to start making your way across so we can fight this thing off. We don't want to be separated.
I turn to the group and explain what she said.
All right, should I go first?
Oh wait, Wolfram. Could
Hmm?
you cast that thing that lets us breathe underwater?
It's still active.
Okay, it's still active. How long does it last?
24 hours.
Oh, okay. Just in case, you never know. You might fall in.
Yeah, I don't think you'd drown. I think you'd be eaten to death there.
Well,
Last call for the giveaway for the
One crab at a
lizard
time.
folk and the zombie. So if you would like to enter, !turkey, and we will get that out.
Also, if you would just like to stop Chip from winning another prize, enter the competition.
All right. So what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna make my jump over.
I will go last. The rest of you need to get across.
I'll go after Eli.
Athletics or acrobatics, your choice. So just so you know, the way I'm treating this, acrobatics is a lighter, they're both covering distance. Athletics covers more distance, but is a heavier jump. Acrobatics is a lighter jump.
So acrobatics.
Covers less distance, but is a lighter
The
landing.
first one I'm gonna do acrobatics because it's a closer distance.
I'm going to stand there and as he jumps, just give him a burst of guidance.
Okay, so you have for 1 minute, as long as he's concentrating, you can choose to use guidance before you roll. What was your
I already
acrobatics?
rolled.
Yep.
That's a 9.
9. Okay,
It says after rolling.
You changed it.
does it? Well then, it's after rolling.
So what is?
Are you choosing to use your D4?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Is that what guidance is?
Yep.
10.
Just
You-
made it.
You barely make it
Sweet.
to the past the first jump, and you, for the sake of this now, are on the central platform, while Sola stands at the side.
Okay.
Heather kind of runs and jumps and just glides through the air. She's,
I tried
That
to
was-
guidance her.
that was easy, you know. Where'd you
I'm
make that
still going.
look so hard? Yeah, come on, Jupiter. Let's go here.
It's
And
like
she
Mary
kind of-
Poppins.
She kind of just lands lithely next to you. Where's that so hard? Come on, guys. Dad's just over here.
Lead the way.
Yeah.
Alright, who is next?
I'll go next.
Guidance.
that's
I'm going to guidance
interesting.
each person. Whether they use it or not.
And that's
Concentration will switch to the
You can
next
you can
person.
decide after.
All right. Oh, and I was doing athletics.
Jaga? Okay.
No, I was doing whatever was quieter.
Acrobatics.
5 plus 3 is 8. I'm gonna do saving face.
Okay.
And add 5 to that.
Already?
Yeah.
You can
why
use
not?
your guidance for free.
It's fine. Yeah, but I can
Oh,
do
you
the
have
next
to go
one
over
too.
it too. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Jaga, you have 1 minute to use your guidance,
Cool.
or it expires.
Nope, because it expired.
Because he's moving.
I'm guidancing the next person. that's
I'll
jumping.
go next.
Okay.
Next jump is shorter.
So Jaga, as you land with
15 feet.
enough
15
grace,
Down, right?
you walk up next to Eli and you begin to feel the stone sway under you.
Whoa. Not yet. Do not jump yet. I'm gonna jump onto the other one.
2 at a time.
No more than 2 at a time.
Oh, this is going to be.
So this is a longer jump here.
15
This
foot.
is a 15-foot jump.
So this one will be athletics.
Okay.
I'm gonna use an advantage.
Sola, where are you standing?
Oh, yeah, we have
Away from where Eli is jumping.
So you're kind of near the center.
Sure.
Okay. Eli, go ahead and roll your athletics
I'm using an
using your advantage.
I have one more after this.
Okay.
18.
18. You take a running start and jump, land heavily. Part of the walkway crumbles behind you. It is now a 20-foot jump. You
Sweet.
make it safely across.
I made it! Oh, crap! Sorry!
You've murdered us, Eli. I whisper that to him. I use my message.
I'm gonna mind link Jaga and say, tell the others to go to the left side. It might be easier now.
There is a
Split the party.
there is a
But he made a
elevated.
20-foot jump.
There's an elevated portion here
I'm 3 feet tall.
up to the next side. This does look rather precarious, but is elevated.
Just
Oh,
for,
For the-
how
for the-
far of a jump is that?
This you can. It would be a really
Really short.
very easy jump. It's more about balance. It's an acrobatics, and then this would be about a 10-foot jump.
I would like to prepare to. Can I try to catch someone that's jumping over?
So you want to catch the next person up?
Yeah, like be prepared to like.
Yes,
Prevent
you can.
them from
so you
falling
move
in.
towards the edge of the initial
fall.
jump, and Kildrick, go ahead and make your. Are you choosing athletics or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Okay, acrobatics.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one.
Just so
Yes.
Adam knows, what type of roll do you have to get for 20 feet?
Yeah.
20 feet.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
I
How far
mean,
can we jump?
You don't
How
know
far
it.
can we jump?
You don't
I mean,
know.
I'm not using the jump mechanics.
Okay.
I'm making it a DC.
DC.
Yep. So every time the distance increases, the DC goes up.
Hmm. So, alright.
That's 19.
19. With ease, You make it
He does a
across.
triple front flip.
across.
Needing
That's what I mean.
needing no assistance
I hold my hand
from
out, you just go
Jaga
past
at
me.
all, and you are on the center, and you again feel a bit of a sway underneath you. So we
you need to jump off before the next jumps on.
You go, Kildrick.
But are you going left or right?
Oh,
I don't like it, but I'm gonna go left.
Sola said go left.
I want to try this too.
I'm gonna try this woman's intuition thing.
who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right, so you make your way. I need you to roll an acrobatics check, not because of the distance, but to balance appropriately across this precarious.
So what do I do?
I'm staying where I am
Plus
at the
six.
very
Yeah,
beginning.
whatever your
Yep.
acrobatics
So
is.
you are up there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind.
Oh no! No!
Do you have an advantage?
Yes, I have 3. Okay, can I use it?
He didn't
Too late,
call it,
bro.
though. He didn't
Too late.
call it.
That's not how
He
it works.
falls in the water.
No. Can I not? I already rolled.
Yeah.
You need to announce it before you roll.
All right, so it's a crit fail.
All right, I'm gonna take a bathroom break.
Oh, can you announce the winner while we now plan?
Hey,
As
well, you
you
know
move
what?
up, you
Now
try
we
to
have a-
carefully balance,
You
and
just
as
trip.
you do, the stone that you are stepping on crumbles out of your feet, below your feet, before you can even jump, and you just try to lunge forward, and you grab on as your belly smacks into the stone, and the stone itself begins to crumble as you aren't able to leap quickly enough. And you begin to plummet into the water, and with a loud splash, you land in the water, and there is immediately the force underneath
You're dead.
of a fish that comes
The new dice.
charging at you.
Give me a dwarven wild surge.
Oh,
Are we in
no.
an initiative
Sorcery.
order?
I need
or-
everyone to roll initiative.
Oh no!
Why would you not use your advantage to jump?
Dude, I didn't. I had a good acrobatics check.
No. Start your sentence with "I didn't think." That's where you went.
I
with
didn't
that.
think,
Yes,
alright?
you didn't.
I was cocky, alright? Just like he would. I was role playing.
Oh, now you die.
Well,
not
you know
jumping
what?
in
It's
there.
okay, I've
Are
got
you
my
in the
next
water?
character planned.
Huh?
I'm in the water, dude, and the fish is coming for me.
How deep is it?
Pretty freaking deep,
His
bro.
feet do not touch the bottom.
Well, I'm only 3 feet tall.
Okay.
All right. Here we go with the kingfish. If you maintain this.
Oh no.
21 and 25.
24.
22.
Oh, I guess I have to roll
24.
initiative.
Yeah, don't do one.
22.
It's freaking 10.
Don't forget to roll for Zeus. How good he can do.
Okay. 16 to 20.
17.
Zeus is 16.
Sola, Eli,
You come out of
Zeus,
the water.
Jaga,
Running to save
9.
Kendrick.
9, Kildrick.
10.
He's paralyzed with fear.
Okay. So 16, 17, 19. Let's see what
Sing
he
to it.
gets.
Just keep swinging. Just keep swinging.
Wolfram, you are 21.
24.
22.
Dang it. I was
in the
hoping I'd go
water.
before the
Just the bubble.
boss.
All right. Morthos, you watch from next to Wolfram and Zeus
Can you get to one of those pagoda spots?
as Kildrick disappears into the water, and a shadowy form. You hear a loud splash. You watch as a shadowy form in the water immediately begins dashing towards Kildrick.
I will, with everything I got, I will run and jump across and head towards the end.
So you're going your full movement.
Full movement.
Okay, so are you choosing acrobatics or athletics?
Just let him die.
23.
23, with ease you make it, so there's,
Oh my goodness.
you get to here, it would be
I will
You'd have to take the dash
Take a
action.
or I'll take a dash as my bonus action.
Okay, go ahead and, are you rolling athletics or acrobatics?
No, I'm gonna move right up to the edge of that.
Oh, up to here. Oh,
Yeah.
you can get there, you can get there with your action.
I can see the
With
creature
your-
moving.
You see the creature moving quickly towards Morthos, or towards Kildrick.
Is any part of his body above water?
No, it's fully below water.
Dude, I'm dense. Okay, I sink.
I will
It's all the beer.
hold an action for as soon as I see him, any part of his body appear above water.
What action are you holding?
Acid splash.
Acid Splash. Alright, very good. So you're holding Acid Splash. Wolfram. Wolfram, by the way, is visible above the water. He is not sunk below. He is flailing wildly above the water.
You mean Kildred?
What did I say?
You said Wolfram.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes.
I thought
Killjoy.
you said no part of him was visible.
No part of the
is
fish
my
is
platform
visible.
You've been in the water, bro.
Help me!
All
I
right.
cannot swim.
What is there any that to the left there? Is that land?
Here?
Yes.
That's down below, but yes.
Oh, it's down below.
Are,
Not-
d-
is
are
it
you?
underwater? Land?
What are you trying to do with that?
I was seeing if I could jump over there.
Roll a
Aren't you a
perception
bird?
check.
No, I have not morphorized. 28.
It looks like solid ground that is above the water. It is a bit marsh. The land is above the water, though not on the same level that you are. There is a bit of a pagoda that is elevated further that you think you could jump to. But most interestingly of all is that underneath the pagoda, you see what looks to be a small little altar that has the remains of some sort of burnt offering or some looks of burned out torch type of thing, which is uncharacteristic to the entire rest of this outlay. There is a just a burnt little burning trough
Under the pagoda?
under the cover of the pagoda. Yes.
Well, that's the direction I'm jumping. It looks like I can jump on the pagoda like I'm a foot above underwater.
I mean, it would take a. You're not wouldn't be. That's about 5 feet down and 10 feet forward.
Oh.
But you
5
certainly
feet
could
down.
jump there.
Oh, I still have my head above water, right?
This is all above water here. This is all above water.
Oh.
That's not below water at all.
Oh, I thought you said it was below water. Okay.
No, you
I'm
are.
gonna jump that way.
Yeah, you are. Go ahead and roll. Or athletics or acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
Okay, go ahead and roll acrobatics.
It's just 10 feet, right? Alright. Come on, baby. 10.
10. You slip a bit and land harshly on the roof. It does not collapse, but you do take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. But you stay out of the water and you are on top of the pagoda.
So, am I prone?
You kind of just catch yourself awkwardly and scamper to your feet.
Okay.
Pretty good for an old man.
And I saw that down there. Might as well see if it will help us. First, do I see Kildrick?
You look forth and you see his head above the water as he is trying to
I
tread
do?
tread water. Yes.
Do you have like some sort of grasp? You can bring him towards you.
No.
Maybe just electrocute the water then.
I go under the pagoda.
Okay, and what are you seeking to do there?
Well, do I see anything different this time? Is it just burnt offering?
As you look more closely, it just seems to be in the midst of all of the dead, fetid vegetation that there's what looks to be a relatively recently burned torch or some sort of something was burning here recently in this trough. As best roll investigation.
Investigation. Ooh. That was a 20, but it was not proper. 12.
12. It looks to you that this probably had been burned within the last month or so, though you're not. It's difficult. Certainly, it was something that was recent. This is not old.
Okay.
Bless you.
Is there anything on the altar to take or look at that?
Markings of Shantea, just
Okay.
iconography of Shantea.
All right. Does it look like there's something to jump on to the left and then to the left again?
So this is just above the water. It's basically poking out of the water.
Right. But what about to the left?
Here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is above the water as well.
And then to the left again?
And to the left again, that now begins to elevate up. So you're now kind of in the basin, essentially just above water level.
All right. I'm gonna use my.
Stupid dice.
I don't have any movement left, do I? Or do I?
You have 5 feet of movement left.
I will move 5 feet to the left. And then I will hope that this does anything. And I will do some vocal and somatic and material components and make myself and Kildrick invisible.
Okay. So
I didn't see eyes on this thing, but it's a fish. We'll see.
Kildrick, you immediately, as you're flailing, you don't see your hands anymore.
I'm dead. It's eating me.
And you immediately realize that you've been turned invisible. The fish still is bearing down on you, and as it swoops forth, it makes its attack with disadvantage.
Isn't there a disadvantage?
Okay, here comes the kingfish.
Do we? Oh, we have one disadvantage,
Kingfish.
but he's already got disadvantage. Can you
Yes.
get like
Oh, you
triple
can't.
disadvantage?
So as it goes to first gore you,
Oh my.
Bullfish.
that is a 13.
This is.
And you find yourself sliding between the two protruding gores as it then wildly just bites in the direction where you just were.
Is this at disadvantage too?
They're all at disadvantage.
Yeah, bro.
That is 11.
This is.
That's a
'Cause the other
2 on
one-
the die.
The other one was a lot. What?
It goes to bite you,
Yeah,
and
did you? So plus 9.
as it then goes to, it kind of backs up, and as it backs up, its bladed tail comes swooping through for its third attack,
Yeah.
This is a boss.
and that is a 16.
I would like to use cutting words against it.
Okay.
No!
Your face is so ugly.
You damn fish, no!
So I roll
okay,
a
you
D8.
can expend it and roll the die. Which die do I roll?
Whatever your bardic inspiration die is.
Okay, I believe it's a D. It says 6.
6. So roll a D6.
Please roll a 6.
Please, dwarven dice set. Save your kin. 3.
3. So that is a 13.
Misses.
So all 3 of the attacks miss you, and as it kind of flips backward, you see it jump out of the water and kind of a backflip, and it lands.
Acid splash.
It lands backwards. You do have your acid splash attack.
Unnatural 20.
That does not hit.
Wow.
And you have a opportunity
that
attack
portal.
if you care to
What's
use
that?
it. If you use the opportunity attack, you will
said
no
doesn't
longer
hit,
be
doesn't hit,
invisible.
doesn't hit.
I don't want to take it then.
I thought
Yeah, you would know
acid
this.
splash
We
was
discussed this previously.
We don't need that portal
You're a
open.
mage caster. Yeah, we do.
Okay, so it backs
Sure.
up, and you are all watching this massive
Oh,
fish as it glides through and has just sought to obliterate Kildrick, and he missed.
Actually, wait, I take it. I don't roll an attack
a
for
dex
acid
save.
splash. It's a dex save.
So I gave you free information, you jerk faces.
Yeah. That was brilliant on my part.
Lawyered.
Yep,
That's-
2 times today.
That's a 19.
He passes.
Yeah.
that's half damage.
That
right?
does
Half
not
damage,
pass.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a
What?
cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you don't. There's no half damage.
No.
No,
Grass
I have
is
a
flesh?
cantrip.
He's right. No half damage.
Sorry, I caught
Look at that satisfied grin.
You're going
Right.
to jail.
It is now Eli's turn.
Hit hard.
Yeah. I'm gonna look on the ground for like a big ass rock that I feel like I can pick up.
PT dubs. Chip.
You could try to tear up some of the walkway that you're standing on, but there are no rocks just lying around. You could try to collapse it onto him.
Further?
Everywhere.
Ooh. Sola, how do you feel about collapsing this big thing onto the fish?
I'm down.
No, you're up right now. What you want to be is down.
Well, Sola, if we go in the water, there's a very high chance we die. Well, you die. I'll just come back and be...
Why is it always water?
Alright, let's try to collapse this thing onto it.
Let's do it.
On the count of 3, we jump.
So you two are taking a combined action to do this
Sure.
because you're right next to each other. I will allow it.
I'll allow it.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration.
Okay, and so I need you to both to roll athletics.
And my.
You can use your advantage if you care to. Okay,
Unnatural 20.
with, oh, yep, go ahead.
20.
On
Unnatural.
both unnatural 20. You both leap up into the air and come down on what you see to be kind of a crack that's already developed, and you hit it with amazing force. The side of the walkway immediately begins to shift.
Do it!
And as you do so, this is this entire side here begins to shift. You kind of angle it towards the fish. Eli,
Yeah.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw
To try to run and jump off.
to jump off.
Using an advantage.
Okay.
What is it?
A dexterity saving throw.
14.
14. You jump and slam into the side. Sola reaches for you and grabs you with her one good hand and pulls
Good thing I
you
wasn't
up.
the other one.
Oh no!
You do take 2 bludgeoning damage,
I'll take it.
but the entire portion of the elevated terrace collapses right onto the shadowy image of the fish. I need you, each of you roll 2d10.
Doing 1 billion damage, I was hoping you were going to say. 2d10?
Dude, we can wreck this thing.
No, we can't.
I'll just roll this one twice.
I got 12.
I bet
12
it's not
total?
wise. I got
16.
Okay, so 28 total damage. Very nice.
Hey, that was pretty good.
And we're still up.
And we're still alive.
All right.
That's
So
your stump hand in my hand.
so this is now a
Turkey.
essentially an unjumpable gap. Okay, right here.
Okay.
This, you guys are.
Can we put like a black marker there?
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like that would be easy to remember.
Kildrick has a advantage.
Okay.
Kildrick, get out of the water.
Okay. Awesome. So you guys are there. You can see now that this lower part here, you could probably jump to it pretty easily, but looks rather precarious.
Since it's also my turn, can I yell something out? I'm gonna yell as loud as I can. Pain Curse! Come help us with this fish! We brought your daughter to you!
Okay.
Okay.
Like as loud as I possibly can. Eli has to kinda...
Roll a performance check.
Because I know he was still pretty far away.
I'm saying the projection of voice is
Performance?
performance.
16.
Okay. You shout that out, and there is no immediate response. Okay. It is now Zeus's turn as he watches his allies ahead of him, and he sees Kildrick flailing in the water and then disappears.
Okay. Well, if he jumps onto that, it'll be too much weight on the rock, right? Probably.
We don't technically know that.
Don't
The
think
other
dog.
one.
Just a
It
dog.
might be.
Might be.
All right. Well, he's gonna hold his position.
He's the strongest character.
Where is he?
The dog.
He's gonna hold his
Zeus
position.
is right here.
Oh, he was with.
He's gonna look. He's gonna be so intimidated by looking down at the water that he's gonna be too frightened to move. That's his action.
Okay,
I like it.
We're gonna get this dog. across.
Kildrick, you're in the water. What are you doing? The
I-
fish has swum forth and then backed
Yes.
up.
I will remove a rope from my backpack and fling it back onto the rock to try and snag it on something.
So you're trying to throw a rope up to here.
Just throw a rope up, hoping that it'll land on the rock or
An
snag onto
invisible rope.
something. Well, it's not floating. Is the rope invisible? Well, the rope will be
Yes.
invisible too.
Everything that you are
Nice.
touching on your person is invisible.
Well, it was a good try, all right? Okay. Well then,
You don't have a grappling hook?
can he just try and swim and get out? Like,
So the closest land to you is immediately to the west.
Go there.
I'll think about it.
And
Stay in the water.
there's also another to the northwest,
No, he's getting the hell over to the west.
and you see above the waves another pagoda kind of directly ahead of you.
What's up with those pagodas? It's like the 9th time he's mentioned them. Like they're important.
Do I have enough? I have enough movement to get over to.
Just tell me what he sees.
Do I have
And
enough?
there's another pagoda.
Another pagoda, right?
Do I have
in
enough?
front of you.
And do I have enough movement to get over
The
there?
pagoda's the red herring.
I always like the pagoda on the
No, that's the
roof.
fish in the
So
middle.
You have your swim. You don't have a swim speed, so you actually go at half. It's essentially rough terrain, so you can move. You can move 10 feet.
You're a terrible swimmer. Yeah.
You can't
If you
swim.
take the dash action, you could go 20 feet
Oh wow.
in the water.
So you can't swim.
You
jumping
could.
over water.
You could in
can
this
use
turn,
advantage.
using your dash action, get up onto this.
Well,
line.
that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
the fish comes and rocks the island. and
Jaga, you are up.
I will make my way towards the left to try to get around.
So you are coming up this way.
Yeah, I will dash
Okay.
if I need to.
This is no longer
I guess
here. It is.
Oh,
This has fallen into the
no.
water.
Fantastic.
So you have a 15-foot jump.
Let's do it.
Are you choosing athletics or acrobatics?
Which athletics?
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
if you.
Okay.
Nope, too late. I already said it.
That's why I didn't
Oh, you're
continue.
good.
Yeah, I nailed it. 18 plus.
18.
Plus
So
7.
you
You
land
made it
with
20.
ease. That you take a
7.
running jump, land, and the terrace below you quickly begins to crumble. Please roll a dexterity saving throw.
All right.
Come on, man.
Precocious landing.
Dexterity
Nice,
saving
a
throw.
little-
That's 19.
As you, kind of like in Mario, the original Super Mario, when you do a quick jump, like a long jump, and then immediately. Did any of you? Anyone?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking
So
about.
you
Oh,
jump
yeah.
and then quickly jump again, finding very solid footing.
I think it was more like I think it was more like Super Mario Brothers 2, where Princess floats through the air.
That's you.
no,
You're
that-
the one with the
That's
dress.
you. That's you.
And this is now gone as well.
And I will yell, Kildrick, where are you? Where did you go?
So you hear that above you. It is now Morthos' turn.
Can I make a perception check to see if I was actually watching where Kildrick was? I know he's invisible, but could I have seen the water movement of where he went?
Roll perception.
He wasn't very swimming gracefully. He was.
Yelling
Clearly.
too. Some curse words and blemish. Should have never skipped gym.
That would be a 22.
You
Boy, was I a
watched
fool for hunting
splashing clumsily make its way over to this
Towards that
island.
direction. Alright, I'm gonna run and literally swan dive off the edge into the water.
Where?
Towards Kildrick.
Swan dive.
This way.
Yep.
Okay. So
You break your neck. It's only 4 feet.
Yeah.
Alright, maybe I don't swan dive. I'm just jumping into the water then.
so you're jumping in feet first into the
Hey,
water.
I mean in
Sure.
Assassin's
Okay.
Creed, he swan dived into
So
hay baskets.
you were here.
Yep.
Makes no
5,
sense.
10, 15,
Exactly.
20, 25 into the
Didn't
water.
break his
Yep.
neck.
And then
Half movement.
half
right?
movement is 35.
Yep.
And you have to use a dash action to go
I have
further.
40 feet. Can I get one more? No?
No, because it's 10. It's 10
Alright.
feet of movement to go
Then
further.
I will use my bonus action to dash up onto that land.
Okay, so that is 5 feet of movement.
Well, actually, with mobility, rough terrain doesn't cause me loss of movement when I take
This
the
isn't
action.
technically rough
Alright.
terrain.
I heard you say rough terrain
yeah.
earlier. That's all I
It's
was
akin
just
to
reading
that.
out.
You're just a poor swimmer.
Just, you know.
Technically, it's underwater
Alright.
movement, so you don't have a swim speed.
You know who was a good swimmer?
I
Hold.
know. Hold.
Yep.
Yeah, great.
As you rush forward,
And
you
Mosi.
bump into an invisible creature.
Gilberic. And actually, do I have enough movement? Do I have enough
Yeah.
movement to actually get up above?
So this is elevated 15 feet.
So I'd have to.
You'd have to. There, you do see stairs on the side that make their way back up on the far west. But you have to go through the water to get
Through the
there.
water.
Right there.
But they don't lead to a pagoda.
Mm.
I know.
They don't
Well-
lead to a pagoda.
Then I
We
will
gotta check out these pagodas.
stand there and take the dodge action.
Okay, so you stand there behind
Fine.
Kildrick and take the dodge action. It is now Wolfram's turn.
Can I see the fish?
You didn't take that very well. You do not see the fish. You watch the fish attack Kildrick, who you saved, and then you watched it dive backwards through the air and disappear below the waves again.
And this outside circle, is that up in the air or has
No,
that
this
fallen
is
to the water?
this is just out of the water.
Is it floating or is it solid?
It's solid. It's in the water, but peeking out above the waves.
Yeah. I'm gonna get there.
Okay, so you walk and
Skip over.
yep.
Can I see it yet?
You see where it was. It's below the waves.
It's below the waves.
Yes. The fish is below the waves.
That is sad news. Okay. I will. When I see it, I am going to cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay, so you're holding Toll the Dead. Very good. It is now the boss's turn, and
I think I become visible because I'm concentrating on Toll the Dead right now.
okay.
And you
And-
also become visible.
So
Yes.
as you watch as the creature begins to rush forward again, and its form, like a missile, emerges out of the water, erupting forth at what was Morthos, but now it sees Kildrick. And it's going forth with both of
I'm gonna
its...
blind it.
What's your range on the blindness?
Doesn't matter. I want to do it. Let me check. I think it's 60 feet.
Kildrick whispers to everybody, goodbye. Hemorrhoids are mine, not
Sorry.
Steve's.
I know where it is on
I
here.
think we got that.
It jumped out of
He's
the water.
dying worse.
Yes.
60 feet.
So you can roll. I have to roll a Constitution
Wisdom
save.
60
Wisdom
feet.
save. That is a 14.
Fail.
60 feet. It is within 60 feet.
So I wanna upcast this puppy too.
Okay, so it lasts the whole round.
Yeah.
So you take
I.
damage.
Yep.
Damage die. No. What? It's a
Hit die,
hit die. Yeah.
and this one I take it full.
Yep.
5.
So you take 5 damage, and the creature, Kildrick, as you look, you watch its yellow, piercing, glowing eyes staring intently at you, all of a sudden just wash over with blood, thick, viscous blood, and it immediately kind of shakes its head, and as it does so, the horns move and it attacks you with disadvantage. Again, natural 1.
Yeah.
It breaks its.
It gores itself.
Yes. To death.
Wait, it's blinded. Do I have advantage on my?
It was a save.
Oh, yeah,
We don't
it's a
need to
save. Well, it's
kill
14
the
necrotic
fish.
damage.
We just
Okay.
need a little vial of his blood.
They must die.
No, we gotta kill it.
13
I
necrotic.
think it's like life essence when they mean blood, not like just like.
You don't
Okay.
think so?
And so it lands awkwardly and kind of lands on its belly exposed as
You're gonna
it
fillet it.
as it tries to
Good thing
take a
Zaga's over
bite
there.
at you as well, Kildrick, with disadvantage. And that is another natural 1.
Yeah!
It becomes an herbivore.
It bites its tail. Its
I'm a
poker
vegan.
gets
And
bitten off.
as it goes to bite you, it bites into a mangrove tangle,
Ooh.
and its jaw gets stuck in the mangrove.
This is insane.
Nice.
And as it's trapped and
What were you
thrashing
saying?
about, unable to see, it lashes forth with its tail at Morthos, or it doesn't matter, it's a disadvantage, but this is towards you because its body is so long,
This is gonna be the one that hits. 2 nat 20s.
and that is an 11.
Nope.
I am putting these dice aside.
No, keep him. Keep him.
Becomes an herbivore.
How much for him to keep those dice?
Wow.
5,000
I
bits.
can't believe you guys totally nerfed me for 2 rounds.
Two.
As it
You ain't seen nothing yet.
as it tries to pull out, but is held fast and unable to get back below the waves.
That's what he said.
It is now Eli's turn.
Cool.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, roll your attack.
2 shots, 19 plus 6, and a 13 plus 6.
So the 19 plus 6 you find with ease. You hit it right in its side, piercing through the armor into some soft, leathery skin as its underbelly is
Plus
exposed.
7, I'm sorry.
How much damage?
So,
And the second one, you aim as well, finding the underbelly with a 19.
the first one was a 19 plus 7,
Yep.
the second one was a 13 plus 7, so,
So
a 20,
20.
and 26.
Finding the underbelly, you exposed on the ground, it hits.
Well, no, if you had
15
cover in
plus
the
8,
water, so it adds
23.
AC.
So 23 total?
23 total.
Okay.
That's what he
Because I don't have, it's just a
I said
shot.
as soon as he was out of the water.
Okay. So both of the bolts sink deep into its exposed underbelly, and you hear a that echoes and reverberates through this almost quarry-like.
You don't get any friends helping.
It's since it's more of a painful groan.
Okay. Good.
Sola, you're up. Are you staying? Are you staying there?
We think we can run and jump to the next platform, you said? It's down, but it looks precarious?
Yes.
How precarious?
Stuck to a tree, dude.
You're gonna
Super
roll and
precarious.
find out.
Alright,
Are you taking a jump? Athletics or acrobatics?
the softer one, because it's a
Acrobatics.
shorter jump.
Okay.
18.
You land gingerly, and it does not fall. And you are to the central pillar,
Okay.
or the central path.
Yep.
You can see it wherever it goes. in
Okay.
the water.
Sola, you're up.
How far away is the fish from me?
The fish is
But they're giving up. I'm not giving up. I'm killing this.
Over 30.
One's giving up.
So we
Good.
attack
It's
with
called
attack.
positioning.
No, then we attack with
30
dash.
will be there.
Okay.
So you have to get over here and get closer.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna jump to the next one
Acrobatics or athletics?
with my cloud jumping boots.
Okay, so acrobatics.
12.
Okay. Take your second jump.
Oh my goodness. 14.
14.
Can I try to grab her?
She makes it
Okay.
collectively, and
Sweet rolls.
you're able to make it across.
There you go.
You see the creature's form thrashing about, half of its body submerged, half of it fully exposed above the water.
How much was that total movement?
That total movement was 35 feet. You have 5 feet of movement left.
They said she was at 50.
I'm sorry, you have 15 feet of movement left.
Would it be
Monks.
enough to jump to the next pillar and be able to hit it?
Trying to get down there. Remember, this is not there. This looks.
Honestly, the monster's covering everything. I can't really see how far
That's
Oh
true.
it
yeah.
is.
That's right. So right behind the monster, I'll move.
Am I able to
She
make the
can't
jump?
shoot it from there?
I
She
can shoot it.
Definitely shoot it. This looks precarious to you, and there is room in front of Jaga that has not. There's just.
But
a
with
little-
movement am I able to? Because I only have 10 feet left.
I mean, he's right behind
Right,
you.
you would have to.
15
The
feet
DC would be elevated to make the jump because it's using the rest of you, unless you use Step of the Wind.
I don't want to do that.
Just shoot it for now.
I want to stunning strike it while I can, and then we get an extra round.
I might break it free.
You can't reach it.
What you doing, Sola?
I can blind it one more time.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good opportunity though. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my inspiration
Okay.
for the jump though. Make it. 25.
Yeah, it works.
You do make it, though. You're very confident in your jump. You barely make it,
Ooh.
and you are now above it by about 15 feet.
Okay. I am going to. He has one more disadvantage, right?
I can blind him one more time.
I was thinking I'm gonna do a flip off and then kind of land.
Wait, no, we used the disadvantage while he was in the water, I thought. No, we didn't, because he was
No.
blind. Or-
No, he was
I
invisible.
still have a disadvantage.
It still has a so I could hit it. I'll just do a flip off and hit it with my leg.
Do it.
Okay.
So you're using Step of the Wind to get more movement?
No, I'm elevated. So I'm making an unarmed strike movement. So I'm
can't
using
reach-
gravity.
You can't reach it
You
from...
got
Gravity doesn't exist?
So are you choosing not to land next to Jaga, but land on top of the fish? Is that what you're choosing
Glorious. Do it.
You made. That's the only
Yeah.
way it's gonna work.
Yeah.
to do? Okay, so you...
Let's do it.
Land on the fish. Oh my
leap forth.
goodness.
with your cloud jumper boots giving you the extra distance you need, and you come aiming straight for his exposed underbelly. Go ahead.
Does
and
someone want to give me an advantage for this attack?
You
I will roll slowly.
go ahead and roll your attack.
Did you roll slowly?
Nope.
Nope.
Oh, I didn't roll yet. No, I didn't roll yet, man. I'm playing the maracas here. I'm rolling, man.
Go ahead. Just roll.
Should I just do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
Jake's
this.
taking too long.
You
Yeah.
got this.
Participants.
You got this. You got this.
18
Nice.
plus 8.
Disadvantage on your saving throw.
Disadvantage on stunning strike wisdom.
Thanks, Chip.
Killing this.
You're the
fish.
real hero.
Okay, so you do this.
Oh, now you get advantage.
Thanks.
Before you do, it uses its
No,
an,
you stop it.
an action to do a legendary
It's
action.
blinded.
It is.
Okay.
I'll say since you amplified it.
And no, he's blinded and he's stuck.
To a man.
We don't know what the skill is. Let me hear it.
I do want to hear this.
Right. It
Then
uses
we'll
its
fight it.
legendary reaction to whip you with its tail, which is not stuck,
Yeah, good point,
and
good
Good
so
point.
it makes its attack.
Okay.
How does that when it's amplified? It just lasts the full round.
point. Yeah, a minute.
So as
Well,
no, the
or-
full round.
Yes.
So as its eyes clear, it makes its attack against you. It is not in water.
Has it been a full
Oh,
round?
so 6 seconds?
It's turn.
Mm-mm.
How does the amplification work?
We're changing it right now. So the beginning of your next turn? Come on, baby.
You're right.
Last turn.
So I believe I have advantages as well.
I don't know.
You're blinded again.
You'd have to check.
You shouldn't, but go ahead.
I'm using an advantage.
Just to hit her?
But I just blinded
That's
you
cool.
again.
Well,
You
it's
still hit
it's
her.
You
probably
used
gonna,
your reaction already,
You
didn't
still
you?
hit him.
No.
I don't know
did
if
the
I do.
first
If
time.
he hits me, does
Okay,
that knock
so
me
you're
off
using
the
your
course?
second reaction.
Only if it's
Okay.
a show.
And I'm amplifying it.
Okay, so this will last through the rest of its.
Turn.
Well, this is a
It's a-
reaction.
Yeah.
It's the rest of its reaction.
The rest of
And
Solo's
its,
turn.
and its next action.
And its next action.
Yeah.
Yep.
I take 4 hit points.
4. All right. That is a 16.
Miss!
I know.
This is fantastic!
I have no
Dude,
malice
Okay,
left.
so
Breakfast legendary.
your first damage.
Dude, he has legendary. Is this the first one we've had fought that has those?
That wasn't in the thing, so I'm not gonna count it. Even though it was really good, I'm not gonna count it. 8.
8 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And that was a stunning strike
Yes, it was.
with disadvantage to you.
Here comes my disadvantage
That's our last
roll.
one.
Last one.
She's on.
I'm gonna say 20.
What is it?
Natural 1.
Woo! That means you get stunning
No
strike for
way.
2 rounds? Is that how that works?
He is stunned through the end of your next turn.
But it was a crit fail, so it should be 2 rounds, right?
You're trying to rules lawyer here with no
Alright.
solid
No
backing.
solid
So
rolls.
you still have another attack.
Whew, at advantage.
It is an advantage.
As you fall.
Crit!
Wow.
Yes! Yes!
That's really
No
good.
way.
That's really good.
Savage attacker.
It's so bad.
It's okay. It
12?
still has 400
12?
hit points
Yeah.
left.
12 total on a crit. Did you add your +5 as well?
Yeah, I rolled a 5 and a 2 plus 5.
Okay, so 12 total. Okay, very good. And you're, are you doing flurry of blows or just taking a third strike?
I only have
Blow
one,
it out. There's
I only
no
have
way
one key
anything's.
point weight.
There's no way there's anything worse in there than out here.
Well, what happens if we need a stunning strike it again?
Oh, good point. Good point. Don't do that.
So I'm just gonna do my third.
Okay.
Another crit?
Yeah.
Nice.
Rated dice.
High five. The dice love you tonight.
They do.
Well, max
You guys
roll.
are
Somebody swapped out your dice.
ridiculous.
Molly.
11.
11. Okay.
Oh.
So you begin to smash away at its underbelly, and you feel the crunching of soft, fishy bones inside of it as its abdomen is absolutely crushed and irradiated with your magical radiant blows.
Hey!
And it is continuing.
You got another disadvantage.
Nice!
Angel of the Shadow is the best.
To be pummeled under your blows. Well done, Sola. Zeus, what are you doing, brother?
Zeus is jumping across.
Glad I risked it.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Let me just check real quickly.
Thanks.
Athletics.
Okay, roll your athletics.
Plus, so 22.
22 makes it with ease.
Crunch.
He's no longer scared for
That's
some
his
reason.
full movement there.
Now he wants fish.
Oh boy.
Sushi.
That was easy. Ha ha!
Kildrick.
Can he get to a point where he's 15 feet away from one of the allies, but he's close to the fish? Is that possible on the board?
Where are you trying to, like, here would
Double
be
move.
15 feet away.
No, he's talking about
No, I
Zeus.
mean I want to damage the fish, but I don't want to
Oh.
harm any of my allies.
You
so-
would have to take the dash action to get up next to it, and you would be in the
Where
water.
am I again?
Oh,
I'm on that
literally
little thing.
top of the
Zeus
fish.
is right here.
Oh no, okay. No, never mind. I thought I was playing Kildrick's turn already.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can bark
So,
at it.
Kildrick, you are directly
Yes,
next
that's what I was
to...
gonna say. Okay. He's just gonna stay there because I feel like too much weight on that would be bad. So he's gonna hold his action there.
Sola,
Did
at
over
the end, by the
23.
way, I'm sorry. So at the end of your turn, as you did these martial blows to this creature, your body
Fell
sank
off.
into,
Okay.
you are now in the water next to the fish.
I thought I was still on top. Good to know.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do.
Ah!
The fish is on the land, right?
It
Is
is,
that the thing?
its fangs
Then you
are
breathe in and it
stuck
feels
in the
like
land and
Well,
its
that's not
body
the
is paralyzed,
I
well,
have that. Yeah.
stunned
And
in the
blind.
water.
and blind.
No, he's still attached to the tree.
And attached to
Yeah.
the
He
tree.
hasn't moved since he was.
So
It's-
no part of him
its
is in the
tail,
water.
its tail
Right?
reacted, and then it was stunned.
Yep.
And you have another disadvantage.
Wreck him.
Oh.
2 disadvantages.
Nice!
He thought he was gonna kill someone. Oh,
To be fair, he still
poor,
might.
poor little BM.
Something tells me this is far from over.
Oh my
For
goodness.
sure. This is a good opening round.
Oh,
No,
Kildrick, what are you
He's
doing?
done a lot of damage.
Can he get to a point where he's 15 feet away from whoever's on the top left, and he can still damage the fish?
15 feet away from...
Who was on the top in front of him?
Solo?
Well, so all of them. How close are they?
Or what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to use Thunder Wave on it, but I
Oh,
don't
so
want
you
to
can
damage anyone
You
else.
can angle it straight forward,
yeah.
and they will all be
What's it called?
safe. So Thunder Wave.
I'm going to use a level 3, so that's 4d8.
Thunder Wave would be right here, would totally envelop it and not hit anybody.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Come on!
So I roll with disadvantage. The
Yes.
the dex is a dex save.
Let's see.
Isn't it triple disadvantage? You're stunned.
Isn't
Attach
it
the
dex
main
save?
group.
Constitution saving throw.
Because you automatically fail dex save.
Yeah, Constitution save.
Oh, does it really?
So it
Dex
is not. That is not at disadvantage. That
Wait,
is
hold
just
on,
normal.
Does it push it far away?
That is a 21.
Oh, okay. No, he says that.
So he takes half damage.
Okay, hold on. I need another d8.
Oh, sorry, I don't have any out.
Should have kept the dwarven dice.
So as you clap your hands together, a booming thunder wave goes forth and reverberates through the quarry.
This is 7, 6, plus 8, plus 1, 9, 15. It's 22.
22, half down to 11.
Nice.
Very good. Are you staying there? Are you moving?
He's going to try and just move a little bit, just backwards.
Back behind Morthos?
Yes.
Okay. You watch. It's there as you step away gingerly. You just see its eyes tracing you, and its body twitching,
It's got something out for me.
trying to move,
We're
but
so
can't.
lucky.
What?
Well, if you would have failed to save, you would have got pushed back 10 feet.
It's okay.
Well,
These
you've
things
no
happen.
longer been secured and on its stomach.
Or maybe his head came off.
Ooh, decapitation.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like it.
Just like what's going to happen.
Jaga, you are up.
Do I have space to jump down to flank
Now
it?
that Kildrick has flanking it would put you in the water.
That's fine. Do
So
I have space to do that?
you would have to jump down
Oh, it does
essentially
push things
opposite
away.
Sola.
Yeah, I would do that.
He's a new bard. He's a new bard.
Because he's inspired by Sola's
Okay. So
awesome
you jump
bravery.
into the water
Electric, I
and
wanted
you
to
are
do it.
swimming. You now have disadvantage on your attacks.
It's that deep?
You are treading water, yes.
Oh, because he was like walking through it.
No,
Alright,
he wasn't.
No, I was not. I was
Alright, I'll
flailing.
attack him anyway.
Okay, so it offsets. You have
sure
a
you don't want to just
straight up
retcon it and
attack.
jump down
No,
on top?
I'm not going to retcon anything. We're going for it.
Miss.
18 plus 7.
At
That-
disadvantage?
Oh.
No,
No, it's not.
it
Offset.
offsets
Ah.
because he
Because
is
I'm flanking.
flanking. So that hits.
He's stunned.
So he's stunned, isn't he?
Both.
Doesn't matter. He could
Right.
have been anywhere.
But the right, he could have been anywhere.
Okay.
But yeah,
13 damage.
13, very good.
Second attack. That's not going to do it. And I will...
Action surge.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Sweet.
Nope.
Steady strike.
Okay.
Is he stunned until your next turn?
Yes. The end of my turn.
And I will stay right there.
You get one more attack.
Oh yeah, thank you. 17 plus 7?
That hits.
24?
Yeah.
21? And I believe that's 7 damage.
7 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 10.
You
10, 10, 10.
you slash away at the creature, and the waves splashing up are obstructing your swings, but you manage to find 2 gaps where you pierce through and begin to fillet the fish as its reddish ichor begins to spill forth in the waves. Morthos, you are up.
I collected it in my mouth.
Morthos, seeing the flurry of attacks flying all around him, feels slightly empowered and will run straight towards the creature. And as he does, you'll see a shockwave come off the end of his blade as he basically just tries to plunge it as deep as he can into the underbelly that's exposed in front of him.
Okay, roll your attack with advantage.
It's like a 27.
That hits.
I don't know how you want me to, because the sword is acid damage, but it's also thunder damage.
It is not resistant to
Okay,
either, so you don't
doesn't
need to
matter.
differentiate.
So sneak attack.
12, 17, 6, 32.
It's a huge hit.
Okay, very good.
And then I will just sit there and take the dodge action.
Okay, So you plunge in, and the thunderous boom explodes forth, more of its innards flying out into the waves around you as its body is just taking blow after blow, and it's being held fast. All right, it is now Wolfram's turn.
Oh.
What you got for me, Wolfie?
I'm gonna do the same thing. So, as I conjure some dark magic, wisdom save.
Wisdom save? What? I'm making a wisdom save.
Disadvantage wisdom save?
Didn't say it.
No, because
I
you're
don't think so.
stunned.
Wisdom is not disadvantage.
Oh,
It would
okay.
only be dex. That is
Gotcha.
a
Strength.
20.
And you automatically fail. You succeeded.
And that was on Toll the Dead again.
That's
isn't
right.
it? Yep. It is now its turn. It does nothing. It is now Eli's turn.
I'm gonna shoot at it again twice.
Okay, roll your attacks with advantage. Because it is stunned.
First one misses.
Okay,
Second one's gonna hit.
Does not.
what was it?
16 plus stuff.
Very good.
And 9.
9. Alright. As another bolt sinks into its exposed underbelly, Sola, you're up. In the water.
Obviously, because of my history, I'm freaking out. Then I'm grab my necklace and I think of Malcine, and it kind of just calms me. I start to swim a little bit closer to Morthos.
And the waves part around you with ease. You have a swim speed. Interesting.
Very cool. I hate the water.
And so you can swim
many
without
things
any
happened in your
effect of
past?
your movement next
Right.
to Morthos.
Yeah. Am I still able to hit the fish? Am I out of water though?
You are out of the water.
Cool. I'm gonna attack the fish. Obviously. 14 plus 8.
That hits.
I'm gonna
Disadvantage save.
stunning strike it.
Yep, disadvantage.
Dude, this is how you.
Give me a 1! Give me a
This is
1!
how you fight a boss.
That is a
boss? We're the boss.
14.
Meets.
You suck, Sola.
Oh, you've done nothing this whole fight.
It's still stunning strike though until my turn is
Until the end
done.
of your turn, so you still have advantage. That was your last key point?
14 plus 8 again. Oh, I never hit the damage for
Well, so just roll
Just
2
two
damage at
damage.
the same
Stunning
time.
strike is a wisdom save.
the savage attack.
Yeah.
First one's 10.
10.
Second one is 7.
Okay.
And my third attack.
That's all nothing?
Stop peeking over. Don't scream
This is
peeking.
why I always sit kind of close.
19.
19 hits.
We need to get like a folder.
And that is 11.
I'll just do
11.
And then with the rest of my damage, can I get up
TV
to with the rest of my movement, can I get up higher?
You would have to either use the stairs or make a acrobatics or athletics check
I'll
to
do
try
an
to get up.
acrobatics.
Okay.
Oop.
19 plus 11.
You rush up one of the pillars and make it back to
Kind of like
the
Prince
top.
of Persia.
Yep.
Ping ponging.
As you do so,
And I'd like to go farther back though.
Sola, you have an advantage.
Okay.
Internet.
very good.
So I have 2 now or just the 1?
I don't know. You have another one.
Okay.
All right. As you rush forth, you watch as its body begins to move again, and
It hasn't attacked it, so it's still blind.
no, that round is through.
It attacked?
No, it does. It goes through a round, so
It
it's.
says its next attack.
Can I see? Can I
yeah.
see?
Oh.
Thank you.
That was fun.
I don't think this is how the fight was supposed to go. I'm just guessing.
On the next attack. Oh, I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I've been doing it for your whole round, so I need to do it less.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
wasn't going to tell you that.
Okay, good. So then I'm going to roll normally with my next attack.
Wait a second.
Here's the deal.
That makes no sense.
Well, if you knew that you were cheating the whole time,
I didn't.
then I.
Attack Eli.
Go for it. Come on out of the water.
All right. It is now Zeus's turn. Jerk.
Okay. So how
I'll be
far
honest with you,
how
here
far
it's
of a
different.
jump is it
Is
for
it?
him to get
Yeah.
over
I just can't find it.
by Wolfram?
So if he took a running start, it would be about 20 feet to get to Wolfram, but that's also down. That's below. So he'd be jumping down low.
He'd be jumping, so it'd be easier.
Even though it's far away, it's a lower. The elevation is lower, so he'd have more distance.
Okay, so the 2 pieces of rock beside Wolfram, can he jump onto one of those?
He could make it to here. Yeah.
No, but I mean the ones beside it.
Oh, here.
Are those submerged?
That
Both
is
of them?
also below. Yes, he could go to there.
Not submerged. It's fine to jump on.
Okay,
Is what he's
so then the rock beside it, I could sort of step
Yeah,
the
all
stone
this is
across.
above
Okay,
above the
okay, so
water.
he's gonna do that.
Yep. So roll
Rolling.
athletics or acrobatics.
Only athletics.
Okay. Roll athletics.
Oh, okay. Can I change it to acrobatics because it's a smaller target?
Sure.
I don't want him to
Crumble it.
crumble it.
Acrobatics is more about
Lightness,
the delicacy with which you're landing.
Right? Yeah,
Yep.
so acrobatics. 10.
10. As you go to jump forth, Zeus slips on the end of the crumbling terrace and jumps and smashes his face into the rock.
Go, damn it!
And he takes 4 bludgeoning damage
Oh my goodness! Are you
and,
well be dead.
and scampers up onto the land.
Okay.
So you still have
Next to that
10
pagoda.
feet of movement left.
Is that next stone
You
able
can
to jump?
basically go to there.
Then I'll do it.
All right, Kildrick.
Okay. Kildrick. What is that? Okay, Kildrick.
Don't tell him what to do. That's metagaming.
I was already planning on doing that anyways. Rises his hands up and starts to chant, and summons a violet light to surround the creature.
With fairy fire.
Yes.
So
I presume you are angling it away from Morthos and Jaga.
Yes. I should have stated that, but yes.
Okay.
get them all.
So I need to roll a dex
Hey,
save.
Jaga, I don't care.
Can we get a song for this fairy
A
fire?
dexterity
Yeah,
saving
Give
throw.
me a song.
Am I doing
At
so with
disadvantage?
disadvantage?
What singing
Yes.
did you do
Out
to
of the
make this
fire
fairy
and
fire happen?
into the
Oh,
fire
you're right. I haven't
again.
even been thinking about. I don't. What's
What kind of a
it-
bard are you?
I know.
Seriously.
Well, I said he was chanting. Oh my, no, all like that. But I could do a song.
Oh, like
Nope,
a
too late.
Gregorian
Yeah.
chant.
Okay, so I roll a.
Disadvantage.
You're using a disadvantage?
Disadvantage,
Okay, that's the last one.
Nope,
For now.
We have 2. I thought we had.
No,
Yeah.
we used
I,
one.
you,
used
used,
one for me.
you bought it, used
Oh.
it, someone bought another one after
This
it.
is
So
our
this is the
last
last
one.
one.
Alright.
This will help us though.
Ooh, 2 16s. So he passes. As the fairy fire comes down, he wiggles his body out of the way and avoids the violet light that sought to adhere to his
He
skin.
wiggles by the way, even though he's restrained.
He is not restrained.
Oh, he's not
anymore.
restrained
He's
anymore.
no longer
Wait,
stunned.
isn't he attached to the mangrove? He bit into it and got caught, and
yes,
then
but
a stunning striked him.
he's no longer stunned, so he can move the rest of his body. Yep. Are you
20
staying?
feet.
Are you staying there?
Dude, we can't let him have a little bit of fun.
I know. I was just making
Yes.
sure. You know.
I'm gonna move. Just
I like
he's gonna
just
back away a
giving
little
people
bit, just
to
even a little bit
pulp.
more.
Okay, so you're on the very edge of the water.
He is prone.
Jaga,
Yes.
The rocks behind me, are they in the water?
this is in the water, and this is all in the water here. Yeah.
Try.
That other one's. Yeah.
Can I climb up on that one?
You cannot. This is fallen beneath the waves.
Okay.
So you are treading water right now.
It's a good place to be.
Well, now it is.
Really wasn't before.
I mean, I had flanking.
Is it
You would
is
have
it
it
drowned
anyway,
from
it was
lack of
stunned,
oxygen
but
by
okay.
now?
He's prone. You have advantage.
6 seconds have gone by.
So I guess not.
I mean, at this point, I'll have to disengage and just go north.
Okay, so you're swimming to the north.
Yeah.
My entire party just leaves me.
I know.
Okay, so
I
that's
was left there by myself.
That's your
so
full. That's
I
your
have no
full
choice.
movement.
Yeah.
Because you're going at half speed. Are you choosing to take the dash
Sorry, I'll
action?
stand my ground.
I don't have any more key points. There's no point of me being so close. I could just hit it
Yeah,
from far.
I'll keep going.
Okay, so you make it to the land,
Mhm.
and there's a pagoda near you.
Nice.
Check it out.
All right.
Lock down that pagoda.
It is now Morthos' turn.
pagoda, guys.
So, Morthos not willing to back down yet.
Good for you.
We'll- Same thing, you'll start chanting a couple words and you'll see another shockwave come off the end of his sword as he plunges it into its belly again.
Okay. The tail immediately reacts and goes to attack you.
Sure.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
If there's advantage, he's still prone, correct?
So he's not prone, but he is out of the water.
He's not. So do I have advantage?
You do not.
So he's balanced on his stomach.
So the way mechanically this works, if he's out of the water, his AC is lower than when he's in the water.
Right, but he's not
That's the
stuck
way-
anymore
so he's
with
not
his head
prone?
into the...
He is not prone and never has been prone.
Wait, I thought
He was stuck out of the water, so his AC was lower.
Well then, my understanding, then
worm.
forget all that. I'm not doing any of it.
Good.
Wait.
Good. Good.
Oh, I had a speech
So,
prepared.
do the
for
right
next
thing.
turn.
What's that?
Run away.
So you,
You can
what you're saying is you
disadvantage
thought you had
everything.
advantage.
Correct, because I thought he was stuck in the mangrove still. So,
Right. No.
since
So
he's
he.
not,
We kill
So
him
that
before his
prevented
next
him
turn.
from making a follow-up attack with the bite.
okay.
But mechanically, that was more for flavor than anything. The stun, and it kept him out of the water,
Right.
which was a big deal because it lowered his AC by
Yeah.
5.
Right. I'll still make the same attack. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so
do I have
roll.
an advantage? I don't know if I do or not.
You
I don't
have
actually.
used them all,
I
so
don't. Have I used them all?
yeah,
So it does.
I have 2.
It's all right. I critted.
nicely. So did he,
Ooh,
as he crits you with his tail.
At disadvantage.
a crit off.
He doesn't have disadvantage.
Yeah, but I have on dodge action.
It's a reaction to your attack, so you're no longer dodging. You took an action to attack.
All right.
Okay.
Then I'll
Okay.
uncanny dodge.
This is
Yeah.
like chess.
Okay.
Word chess.
We're all pawns now.
Shouldn't you roll the save first?
What's that?
Is there a save to your weapon?
No.
His weapon won't kill him, even with the crit, so. Oh, you can definitely kill it. You're getting close.
Too bad everyone ran away.
You take
I can hit from afar, man.
you take 52 points of piercing and
Holy
poison
my.
damage.
Yeah, it's a shame everyone
Cutting
ran
word?
away.
It is.
Yeah.
I can hit from afar.
31.
I can throw
Two
a
attacks
shoe.
for
31.
And that's with no sneak attack.
Could have been 30
Where?
damage.
He was in the water.
That's nice.
That's a
31.
disadvantage.
I almost matched
attack.
every dice.
That's craziness.
So that was how much damage?
52 points of piercing and acid
And that's total?
total.
So it gets down to 26.
6.
Sweet, because I am still up.
Good thing I gave you that potion, man.
And with that, I will use all of my movement to run up on top of the hill as far away as possible.
Okay.
Can you hellish rebuke him?
You're using your.
Oh yeah, was your attack? Well, no, because I used
he
my
reacted.
to uncanny dodge.
Got it.
So you're taking.
You said I can use acrobatics to climb to
You're
jump
going
up.
around the pool.
Right.
Yep.
You fall back down.
Did you roll 1?
I did roll a 1. Does it
The
matter that I
fake
have-
salon.
Does it matter that I have a plus 12?
As you rush
No.
up, you fall back on the ground
This is
prone,
funnier.
and that is
We'll go
all
with
of your
this.
movement.
So wait, I can't use my bonus action to get up and dash.
So you can use your.
Try it again.
You can use your bonus action to dash. You can do that.
All right, I'm gonna
So you use half of your speed to get
get up
back up.
and I'm gonna try to go back up again.
Okay, roll an
Part of me
acrobatics
hopes
again.
you roll another one.
No, how about a 30?
That's enough to make it up.
Really embarrassed, he does it very coolly.
All
You
right.
didn't see the first one.
Nobody saw that, guys.
With
Come on.
slickness.
Well done. You are up out of reach.
Whew.
It is now Wolfram's turn.
Let's look at the pagoda again.
I am
Go ahead, look at the
going
pagoda.
I think there's something to it.
I think there's.
I think you better figure it out.
Let's check it out instead of hitting it.
I
Let's
think I'm
check
gonna,
out the pagoda.
I think I'm gonna do that.
I'm going to shoot
Seriously.
Don't worry.
it. Still out of the water, right?
I hope he's the only
Looks
It
like
is
it's flopping around.
Still out of the water.
Alright, I'm gonna.
Pew pew.
Eldritch Blast. Go for it.
Why?
Oh,
stop it.
Give a full round away.
19.
No, as soon as he
19
It's
hits.
gonna kill it.
And miss.
Okay, roll your damage.
Come on, baby. 12 force damage.
12.
If only Yanni were here to not
Yeah.
kill it.
And then I will bonus action.
What if he's
Spiritual
supposed to kill his
weapon?
legendary boss?
Okay, this is your
He
second
only
spell,
kills
correct?
bosses.
Oh yeah. I'm all tapped out.
So the raven's claw appears next to it and takes a slash at it.
That's right. So come on, baby. 19 again.
Hits again.
And come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 12 again.
It's still up?
Ba, 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 ba.
As the claw rakes down his exposed stomach, releasing its blood into the ground, it wrenches its mouth free from
That's
the
enough
mangrove. And you can see it is very badly gashed and bludgeoned, and
Calls a truce.
it almost more than anything kind of rolls over into the water, and you watch it kind of go back to the center.
He takes
It
14 damage.
died.
It's
He
dead.
takes 14
Yes.
damage.
Takes 14 damage.
Cuts it
I rolled an
in
8 and a 6.
Nice.
Very good.
Does its tail actually fall off?
It's no. It
Does
goes
that kill
back.
it?
Turns into
14 damage.
14 thunder damage.
14 thunder damage. And it is sitting in the water.
Oh.
Drown it.
Sitting?
It's resting in the depths of this.
So we can't see it anymore.
You do see blood kind of emerging up in the water above it.
So it's either dead or it's going down to a healing, underlayer. And
I'm
it's
gonna now have to
regaining
dive
strength.
after it.
It is now Eli's turn.
So I'm gonna dive after it sword first.
I love it.
Are you serious?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
at this point,
you dive in. As soon as you get next to it, it takes 3 advantaged attacks against you.
sweet. Is this payback?
Dude,
Its
you're gonna-
lair? Is this its lair attack?
Now this it was holding its action. So the first
Just
is
don't let the other pain curse behead
Dude,
me.
you're gonna die, bro.
first
okay.
is a bite.
Yeah, so
That
I
is
took-
a
it was
20.
50 something on mine.
That meets?
Okay. The next is oh my goodness, 14.
No.
Those dice are going down. And the third with its tail is a 24.
Yep.
Okay.
I may be dead.
It made it sound like he was really close before. Apparently he wasn't.
We'll get him.
It's
Why
probably
would
like
you
20
do
points
that?
away. Or 50 points away.
Someone needs to harvest the blood then. And I have all the vials.
Yeah, you do. You do. I don't think we have any more
That's
potions.
58
Woo!
piercing damage
Down.
to you.
Now, did I stab it first?
You did not, because as its reaction, it immediately attacks you with its held action.
Okay, I'm down.
So Eli
don't
jumps
like that.
in and disappears beneath the waves. It is now Sola's turn.
Shoot. I'm gonna dive in after Eli.
Are you serious?
Dude, let's all just dive
10,
in, and after 24 hours we
15,
die because we
20. You
Well,
jump
get
forth,
unconscious.
you dive in. You can get with your full movement right up to it as you swim up.
Doesn't
And
have
you-
an reaction, right?
You watch Eli's lifeless body just floating.
Fish food.
Is that a bonus action to drag him away, or would that be an action? Because it
That
doesn't.
would be an action to
Kill
pull him
it
away.
first.
Please hit it.
Just
Okay.
kill it first. I can't die.
I'll hit it first.
Okay, you go to attack and you find the waves parting around you with ease. You do not have disadvantage on your attack.
Freaking awesome.
11.
Does not hit.
Second attack. 25.
Does not hit.
Oh!
Wow.
Bonus
Oh,
action.
we're dead.
Get him.
As its tail parries your attack away.
25 again.
Hits.
Sweet act, sweet legendary crap.
Yeah.
Savage attacker. 10.
You hear a voice
Ooh.
come through your mind. a familiar voice that you've heard before. Of an old friend, say. Finish him.
Okay, so my first attack. I go to swing it, and I'm not used to the water parting before me, and I'm a little confused, and I completely miss. The second one, I do a little leg flippy underwater. I'm getting quite used to this water. I'm liking it now. And it attacks. And then with the rage and the thinking of Melcine, I go and just do a big uppercut right to the underneath of his jaw with my radiant hand, using all the power of Melcine and the emotions of losing her to just blow it completely.
And you connect right underneath its chin, what would be its chin, and you hit it in the throat, and the throat, you feel its entire esophagus just crack and crush underneath your blow, and you watch as it thrashes for a moment and gets slower and slower until it just drifts below the waves and begins to sink to the bottom.
Can I try to grab onto it to slow its fall?
Sure.
Doesn't go belly
You
up
can
and
grab
fall
onto
down?
it.
Because we need the blood, right?
Oh.
I don't want it to sink under the
But
waves.
we can breathe, so we can go down and
Yeah,
get it.
but pressure, right?
So you grab the fish. Okay, you killed the boss. Well done.
I killed a legendary beast!
And what that means is Yanni did not.
You are out of combat. As you go to get the fish, Eli, I need you to make a death save.
Yeah.
With disadvantage as you are underwater.
I'm just gonna
They
keep.
both pass. 18
Well done.
and 16.
Okay, what are you guys doing
Just
next?
keep rising from
I'll
the dead.
dive, I'm gonna dive in the water after Eli.
Okay, you dive in the water. I need you to roll a perception check.
Ooh, I'm not very. 10.
In this brackish, murky water, you cannot find him.
Not find him.
Eli, death save with disadvantage.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Can the rest
Whoa,
of us move
there's a whole
closer?
team of people here.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah,
How are
yeah.
you doing so?
Fail.
Wait, how does he... Oh, okay.
Because you're all, okay, so I'll allow a concurrent action when you took yours.
I'm gonna
Wolfen.
I'm gonna bonus action turn into the
Why are you rolling that save?
Bird.
Nevermore and fly over above,
Fly above.
Done with our-
and I'm going
But
to
I'm
use my action
dying
to
underwater.
fall into the water.
Okay, how
I
high
mean,
up
you're
were
already
you?
down.
I'm dead.
I'm just heading. I was
underwater.
heading
You'll be
straight
up
for
for a
like 5
while,
feet.
Okay, and you
If
go
it'll save
down.
you.
3 days.
Go ahead
That's
and
probably the rest of my
We'd have no
movement.
way to
go
rest.
ahead and roll perception with disadvantage as you are underwater. I should have given you disadvantage, but I didn't. I forgot.
You missed anyway.
17.
You do not see Eli under the waves. That's concurrent. So Morthos, you're in the water. Jaga, Kildrick, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna try and run in there and jump in and try and find Eli.
That's as far as you can get.
Eli, I am pooped. I'd save you, but I'm honestly just struggling for breath here.
Is
All
there-
right, as you are searching for Eli, we're going to do our second giveaway. And so if you would like to win this troglodyte or boggard / bullywug type guy, like a frog person, type in exclamation point, find Eli. Exclamation point, find Eli. So you can type in and hope to win that. Exclamation point, find Eli.
Just come back in 3 days.
And drowned.
All right.
We can always save you another time.
Yeah.
So Jaga, what are you doing?
Is there a path around the north?
There is a
Go to the
that'd be-
pagoda.
there is a path.
There's a
Easy.
pagoda there.
Stairs that go up right
Oh,
here.
Come back, drown
But
again.
nothing
Why
like
is-
towards the
Come back, drown
pagoda?
again.
Oh, yeah, you can walk right up to the pagoda.
And is there a way to
Really?
get onto the platform there? Or is that
You can
beneath
climb
us?
up here. You can
Can
go up the
you
stairs
breathe
here.
underwater?
I'll go north
Can't you breathe underwater?
towards the pagoda, take a look in the pagoda,
You
and
can breathe
then
underwater.
Okay,
So
roll
why would it
perception
be,
check.
but why would it be
3 days from now,
disadvantage?
you won't be able to breathe.
To find
That
him.
is a good point.
If he can breathe
It's
underwater.
a
16?
breathing underwater thing, so why am I rolling at disadvantage?
That's correct.
Okay.
So
So
Stand corrected.
my second one,
Re-roll your second one. Just re-roll it straight.
nat 20. So I'm
Booyah! Okay, so as you are all searching frantically for Eli,
Is that one hit
one hit point. As you are all searching frantically for Eli, Eli, you feel the beating of a heart throughout your body. And you fight through, and your inner will compels you. I will not go down and let this pain curse take me. And you fight through, your eyes pop open, and with your last ounce of strength, you swim to the surface, and you look around, and you see Kildrick trying to kind of wade into the water, and you don't see Morthos anywhere. You don't see Sola or Wolfram anywhere. Where did all of your friends go? Where are they? They're all around you. Jago, what was your perception?
16.
You look into the pagoda, and inside there is a relatively freshly burned torch or some sort of an offering at the center.
It was a red herring.
I will continue to go towards the platform.
Okay, so you would roll an athletics check to climb up.
I'm going to be pulling the fish up a little bit. Do I have to roll strength?
You do need to roll an athletics check.
18.
Okay, you make your way to the top, and you are now facing the closed door at the far north. I'm going to push this up a little bit.
Can I see you now, Eli?
Down goes Zeus. You see the closed door of the temple at the very top.
Okay.
Can Kojic see Eli?
Kildrick sees Eli.
Can I just healing word him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Roll one. Are you doing it first or second level?
Just first.
Okay. 1d4 plus 5.
7.
7. Okay, so you get 7 hit points back. What was your athletics?
9.
9. It's while you're underwater and you're moving around with
It's a big fish.
ease, and as you're doing so, you notice a light blue glow to the necklace that you're wearing. Interesting. And you continue to try to pull the fish, but you're not making much headway. You're going to need some help.
I'm going to kind of, because even though you can't talk underwater, we've still kind of goes through. I'm going to be like, help me! Hoping someone's underwater.
We'll just hear.
That's actually what I heard. I have no
So
idea
you hear
Well,
garbled yells coming from below you,
Now
deeper
you know the
down.
direction, though. See me carrying a giant fish.
The blood is continuing to billow out underneath the water.
Do I get the feeling that I could just get a vial of blood water?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Then I would like to dive down now.
Yep. You dive down, and as you swim down, you come across Sola, who's kind of yelping underwater. Given the spell that has been cast, you actually can hear each other relatively clearly.
Oh, okay.
So what'd you say then?
Help me.
Oh, okay.
Big fish.
So I'd like to... Wait, why don't we just cut off a piece of its fin?
Fins don't have blood flow, man. They're cartilage.
Okay, cut off a part of it that has blood flow and take a smaller part
Nature
up rather
check
than the whole thing.
success.
Because all the blood would flow out of the water.
Just lift it up.
Okay.
Just water. And she's got a
20-foot
necklace.
long sea creature.
Gonna help her.
All right.
Unless you want to get the vial
So
underneath
one
the
of you
water.
you can each roll athletics, or you can roll. One of you can roll with advantage.
He can roll with advantage. Right?
Okay. Go ahead,
I
Eli.
agree.
Athletics
Athletics.
with advantage.
Yes, because you're being
23.
helped by Sola, and you grip it by its horns, and with a solid grip, you're able to wrestle it out up from the depths, and you bring it over onto the land where it had been stuck before. You all make your way around it and heave it onto the land as the blood is pouring forth.
Now we have
It's now stilled beating heart, which you can see as it's exposed from all of the cuts to its underbelly.
I would, I guess, like to cut the heart out. Is that what
Get
we
the
want
blood.
to do?
Yeah, just get a blood.
So you
Fill it
cut into the heart, and
I got a vial like ready
you
too.
put the vial as the blood, the gout of blood pours forth, and you fill it with the blood of the kingfish.
Do we need more than one vial, though?
And as you fill the vial up, and you turn towards the closed and sealed doors of the temple.
Oh, now he comes.
That is where we will pick up next session.
After we spend an hour short resting.
Right? Oh, I'm tired.
2 Dungeon Masters won the second.
Oh, okay. Well, so we got Chip won the lizard folk and the zombie, and 2 Dungeon Masters gets the boggard, bullywug guy, and the troglodyte. So congratulations to the 2 of you. And of course, we really appreciate those of you who joined us this evening, and we wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving holiday. Enjoy the food and the family and the friends, and we look forward to seeing you next Thursday. No, not Thursday. Tuesday night. I'm thinking Thanksgiving Thursday. Next Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern, right here on Twitch, when we will continue to loot, die, and repeat.
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey!
Happy Thanksgiving. Cheers.